trying to break the world record for All Shortcuts plus Tiamat. I'm Ix, and I'm here with Carla Braun and Tic Tac Foe giving commentary. Just want to give another shout out to our sponsors, Kaspersky and Mossmouth, for helping us to fund this very generous prize pool. And I'll let Carla Braun explain exactly what All Shortcuts is.
So All Shortcuts plus Tiamat is a speedrun category that is timed RTA-wise, and the goal of the speedrun is to unlock all of the shortcuts that the game has in store for you to practice each individual zones and beat the default last boss at the end once. And the timer ends after you beat the boss and reappear on the transition screen afterwards. And the current state of the race is DT still at number 1 with a time of 15:40, which is a really good time. And yes, Krill at the second spot with not that far behind, just 7 seconds slower. That's easily gonna be made up in this remaining time of the event. And then Groom, Twiggle, Hectic, Blue Cadet, and back in that order, all in third to 7th spot with times around 16 to 18 minutes.
Yeah, and we're here to break the record live, and that record for AST is 14 minutes and 52 seconds by our current leader, DT.
Actually impressive how good that record is.
Very fast.
Oh. Back going down there.
And DT got that record pretty early on in this category too. So it'll be exciting to see that broken today, hopefully.
Yep. And I think it's been a while since we've seen Twiggle. Looks like he's making some progress in a good run, so we're going to switch over to him right now. Just great stuff from back, and we're seeing a death in the lava, but I'm sure he's going to be back with some more great times later.
There's Twiggle going into one of the shortcuts they unlocked earlier to start their weapon split. And already starting out pretty spicy here. Rock Dog and Ball Traps.
Quite a lot of stuff going on. Oh boy.
There's your weapon steal from Ton. Ton will always have a crossbow. Ton will always be in the zone somewhere. And yeah, that's just some unfortunate lava positioning there.
That's the big downside of Volcano compared to the jungle. It's mostly faster, but if it goes bad, it goes badly.
Yeah, and Hectic experiencing the same thing, just had a whole pool of lava fall on their head.
Yeah, I was seeing some green numbers on Hectic's stream, and I almost switched over, and then I would have been blamed for the for the lava. But this one is not on me, team.
Yeah, something with Volcano compared to jungle as well is the Ix mentioned it earlier, how in jungle sometimes you're forced to go up to go down. Just the way the level generates with like trees and everything, and in Volcano it's mostly down all the way. Sometimes you get those platforms that lead you straight to the exit, and it seems to be the faster route. Although jungle can be comparative if you get lucky.
I think for roguelikes, speedruns, it's always a thing where you have to judge how consistent and, I mean, going for pure speed. Where was I going with this?
Going for the more consistent run?
Yes, exactly. The more consistent run can be better, but these players are at a point, or like at a skill where the consistency is baked into their skill, I guess. They decide.
You gotta take some risks if you're gonna break the record live.
That's why we hope to see some nice teleporter seats, like that one.
I see a telepack.
Can I get a bless commentary bless for that one.
So yeah, it's fast enough that even for just a handful of levels, it's worth it.
That was weird. He teleported and then got the throw, like, velocity, I guess. Like, he
One
got...
thing. Oh. So teleported down into an arrow trap. The arrow trap triggered the telepack to go off, and that's what dumped Twiggle into the wall there. Right before that happened, I wanted to say we've used the term telefrag very commonly on the stream so far, but this is when you teleport into an enemy, it will kill most of them immediately. He took out Quillback that way, and really nice to see that mechanic.
It's actually kind of interesting how the teleport has so many different aspects to it. It's the fastest and it insta-kills basically every enemy, so as far as any enemy that can be killed with traditional means, I guess.
Yep. And at this point, I think Twiggle might be stepping away for some water. So let's take a look at...
It's like Blue Cadet's doing some things.
Sounds great, guys.
On their helping hand split right now.
Slightly red, but that's still not too bad.
Still
like
probably trying to improve that race PB, and then worry about setting his personal PB, and then also world record.
That would be the dream. All in one day.
And the upcoming key split is a split where we can save a ton of time too. So it's worth going through all these red splits to get to that one.
I thought you were going in a different direction with that one. I was already starting to grin.
Nope, it's all right.
Oh, no.
Alright, so successful hired hand split, and now we're moving into that key split. Again, looking for a jetpack, or even better, take some risk with the telepack, but a lot of time to be saved here by BC3. Definitely on pace for a race PB at this point. Just need a little luck and a lot of skill.
I think it's important to get those PBs throughout the day as well.
Keep morale high.
Yep. I've noticed with playing All Shortcuts plus Tiamat and Cosmic Ocean runs, I find my patience gets tested much more during the All Shortcuts plus Tiamat runs.
Yeah. Generally speaking, grinding for RTA categories is a bit... real-time attack categories is a bit... feels different, let's say it like that, than just run normal, quote-unquote, Spelunky speedruns. Just because there's a bit more... just by nature of having to reset the save file, for example, it gets a bit tedious. But... people handle that. Oh, missed that one bomb.
It's not too bad, but we do lose 3 bombs and an extra health by not defeating Quillback there. But we can still keep the split going.
Could be a problem if we actually get to Tiamat and want to do it all in one go instead of having to reset and go through the Ice Cave shortcut again.
So surely you mean when we get to Tiamat, not if we get to Tiamat.
Sorry, when we get to Tiamat. My bad. I would never doubt.
A couple of good levels so far. We're still, as Carlomon mentioned, probably looking for some more resources, either from a crate or for robbing or buying items from a shop here. The other thing that is a consideration is getting a shotgun from that guard on 6-3. But we're getting low on resources, so another option is to also just reset for the ice cave shortcut. See what the runner does.
Can't do the skip without the 4 bombs on Olmec. Having to dig down is not the worst, I think.
Very smooth. So I remember the first time I booted up Spelunky 2, that fight was a little intimidating because it's a different pattern than we're used to seeing at Olmec, but all the runners have figured all that out, and it's not trivial, but certainly something we're very comfortable with. Axolotl! Oh, come on, this is it! This is it! Alright,
Oh, there's another one. No!
Come on.
It's a hard pass.
Disrespecting the axolotl.
Alright, Twitch chat, I hope you're merciless to these runners if they're bypassing axolotls in clear speed circumstances. We need a quick way of killing Tiamat, and that is...
Oh, that was...
Wow.
That was very precise. Holy...
We've seen Blue Cadet do that like 3 or 4 times already today. It's awesome.
So moving on, we're going to take the ice cave shortcut and hopefully get a pretty big PB from the race perspective here for BC3. Probably looking for that landmine to get the shotgun, but we've seen a variety of strats by the runners so far. Whatever they're most comfortable with.
I would really like to see one of the fastest way to kill Tiamat with 4 bombs, where you just throw your bombs in a timing where they cascade perfectly to kill her in basically instantly.
I think we saw one runner get that kill successful. Was it Twigo? Gosh, we've seen so much AST today that it's hard to keep track of all the strats. I know Grimp did the double 2 bomb strat, which I thought was really, really impressive.
Yeah, it's my favorite one. I like that. Were you talking, Carly Braun, the one where you throw all 4 bombs at the same time? Yeah, it's kind of like Groom's strat, but instead of 2 and 2, you throw all 4 at once. It looks really good, but it's hard to pull off.
It's pretty precise, but I think it's the fastest of the strategies I know. But maybe I'm missing some.
Alright, so just wrapping up the extremely dangerous Neo Babylon. And BC3 is going to be moving on to that critical Tiamat fight. Neutralizes the laser there. And this is going to be tough. Low resource count. And specifically a low HP count. 4 bomb strat.
Oh no!
Oh no!
What?
Oh gosh, really tough end.
Skeleton there.
Well, I'm gonna bring in another one of our hosts, Argic, to take over the lead for this section of the broadcast. Coming in now. Hi, Argic.
Hello.
Hey there.
You picked a really fun time, but so I've been Ix, and I'll come back a little bit later, but I'll let you take over the broadcast. Thanks, everyone.
No, thank you. It's been absolutely amazing watching bits and pieces of this one, of the Spelunky 2 event right now. I'm very new to this, so I'm hoping Tic-Tac-Toe and Calibron here, you are going to be able to help me through this one as a new Spelunky player going through this. Because it's been a lot of fun watching and seeing all these runs just... Well, basically either live or die, like we just saw there happening on Blue Cadet's screen, unfortunately. So close to the end there, and yet so far away.
Yeah, that skeleton spawn there was very sad. I actually didn't know that normal enemies can just spawn on the boss, so that was new for me as well.
Oh, so we're all learning as we go through.
You never stop learning.
Oh, definitely. No, like, it's honestly, it's fascinating to me when I heard that they were planning this Spelunky 2 event. It's like, wait a minute, isn't this like a roguelike game. It's like, this is going to be an interesting speed run. And then we were researching the run, and it's like, oh, this is going to be so fun for like, especially when you see how short the category and how fast paced it is. It's like, this is amazing.
Speaking of amazing, could we switch to group? They look like they got a pretty good run going right now.
Indeed. Let's have a look and see.
They just completed their 50K and they're on to their helping hand split.
Good old helping hand. Let's hope they are helpful. I mean, you probably all made these jokes. Like, I've been sitting thinking, going, I've got plenty of puns I can make with like the helping hand and the shopkeepers and everything else. And I'm going, I've just realized they've probably heard them all before. So we'll see how many boos I get throughout the event.
Oh,
that was an amazing.
That was great.
There.
Also, don't worry about
the axolotl got done there. Couldn't take it along the entire ride.
Ooh.
Nice back whip there.
Oh yeah, that's a interesting thing to point out. The whip has a hitbox that goes all the way around the character. It's not just in front. It'll start from behind the character. It'll go over and then to the front. And it's important to know the timing on that for like whipping arrow traps, or if an enemy is behind you, you can just use the whip real quick to clear that out.
That was scary. Okay. Tanking 3 hits there, I think.
Oh, I was ready to say it's like taking 3 hits down to that 1 health, but immediately into that next room, and no. So that's a reset, unfortunately.
Yeah, the chip damage adds up really quick in Tide Pool there. There's so many enemies that just hit you over and over.
Everything's flying.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, you're saying everything's flying, including yourself, and that's when you know you're in trouble. You're like, oh, here we go.
Yeah. The ragdoll mechanics are actually one of the things that make the game just fun for casual and still for speedrun play, just because watching yourself just fly around and can be very entertaining.
Oh, definitely. Like, seeing some of the montages and that folk have got out, you're going, how did you end up over there? It's like, oh, that was... Oh, no! He just got...
It's the shortest teleport, I think.
Like, did he get blasted there just as he landed the teleport?
I think he just got very unlucky. That was a 1 in 5, as we call that, I think. Right? It's still 1 in 5 in this game.
The teleporters have a chance to teleport at different distances. So you're kind of gambling each time you teleport if you're going to make the distance you need to or not. And that time Groomp did not and just teleported straight into the wall.
Oh, that's unfortunate. So, like, that was it. Just there's game over there. You ain't coming out of that wall, unfortunately. not that it would matter, because the guy was down there waiting with a shotgun as well. It's like, oh, here we go.
Well, the shoppies on the exits are actually kind of interesting because for the teleporters, when you teleport onto an exit from above, you are very likely to land on the shopkeeper's head and just stun him, and then you have enough time to get out, or to just telefrag them. So it's not as unsafe as someone as you might assume, but things can still go bad, especially if you don't teleport exactly on center of the exit.
Definitely. And like as you said, we witnessed it there. It's like teleporter shenanigans leads to an accident and an unfortunate reset there.
You gotta embrace that.
Oh, definitely. It's part of the fun, isn't it?
It surely is.
Yeah, I think that's maybe like 20% of the reason I play Spelunky. Spelunky 2 is just see what kind of shenanigans we can get in. Looks like Twiggle and Back have a few runs going right now too. DT's continuing their run into Volcano, even though they got some red splits. They have some very fast early splits, though.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at Twiggle. They are on the 50k split at the moment, so we'll have a look and see. Nice time actually coming out of this one. A good amount of time ahead at the moment, according to the splits here. Yeah, you got a full minute ahead, so it's looking like a very good time at the moment, especially when it takes the standings into account as well. If they keep a hold of that good minute there, that could be a third place time. Of course, we'll have to wait and see.
Make up more time.
Exactly.
Has the 50k required to deliver, so just needs to platform through the level and find the exit.
Right.
There you have it. Satisfied with that split. Onto the hired hand.
And it's still hovering around that minute time. Did lose a couple of seconds there, but still in the green. A very solid green at that, too.
It's kind of funny when they reset like that and go back to the main camp. It can spit you out in different directions, and Twiggle had like the worst direction there and got sent pretty far. It can actually cost you a few seconds.
It's gonna be one of the most annoying things when you grind for a PB, stuff like that. Eventually, once you get good enough, or your time gets good enough. And for a world record, we wanna have all of the best spits. I don't know, spit outs. This is a very convoluted level, and
Yeah.
taking damage. Oh.
Spending a lot of time in it too. There's always a chance that helping hand can get interrupted or woken up, but it seems to be okay.
How long do they sleep, actually?
So helping hands have it's like a loyalty system. Let me start it out with that.
Oh boy.
And when you first free them, they'll only stay asleep for like 20 to 30 seconds. And then each level that they're alive and they continue the run with you, another 30 seconds gets added to how long they'll sleep. But if an enemy or something gets close to them, they'll generally wake up and take care of it and then go back to sleep.
Oh, so they have a self-preservation instinct, I
believe
guess.
so. Usually it's off screen when that happens, so I'm not entirely sure, but yeah.
I was going to say their self-preservation depends entirely on the floor that they're on. I've seen a few of them accidentally take a little bit of lava bath there. It's like, wait, what are you doing? No, come back. Oh, well, okay. There ends that hired hand.
Oh.
But on to the key split for
Big
Twiggle.
old key.
Hoping for the backpack items that we need for world record times.
Mm-hmm.
Jetpacks and telepacks.
And we'll be looking for that in your 1-2 shop. You're guaranteed to have a 1-2 shop somewhere on the level. There it is. Maybe in that gift box. Not so lucky, but get some jump boots.
Something to mention is, or something to think about that is a bit interesting about the whole balancing thing for Spelunky 2 is that in this game, getting de-aggro when you rob the shop is a lot easier compared to the predecessor Spelunky HD, or how we call it, because you get the de-aggro on, I think, 2 levels after you rob the first shop if you don't damage the shoppy anymore. So robbing a shop that isn't perfect for speedrunning becomes a lot more viable compared to HD, where you basically only rob shops if it was really good, aka it had a jetpack or a teleporter in it.
Yeah, absolutely. It felt kind of like a almost broken mechanic in Spelunky HD, but it was made into one for this one. Like, if you kill the shopkeep as well, they'll stay longer than if you just stolen from them.
That was very tight movement there.
Yeah, almost taking damage there, but Twiggle making his way through.
Oh, I like that rope. on the ladybug. Easy way to take care of it.
All these close, just barely not getting hit by bats and cavemen there. Oh, that was interesting.
Yeah, spend a bomb, take care of 2 of them. 2 bats with 1 bomb.
Those are interesting bats.
Or imps, yeah, they're imps, aren't they?
Oh,
A little bit early there.
oh, that's gonna, yep, create some problems. That's the wrong way, I think. Yeah, has to get back out.
Making it through. Yeah, you can whip lava. It's a known fact that if you have a whip and there's lava, you can whip it out of the way. Just like real life.
Wait, what? You can whip lava? I know lava has physics in this game, and it is used to your, well, sometimes advantage and disadvantage, but I didn't know that you could actually whip the lava.
It is a very tiny amount you move it, but it can be useful for like when you just need 1 more block of movement or leeway.
Interesting.
It's a very situational thing to know, I think.
Well, making our way down now to get that final area with the key.
We'll lose a bit of time there. Just Volcano was not nice on the seed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much every level in that Volcano had some obstacle. We had to use a resource or fast movement to get around.
And then that last room in Volcano there as well, having to go from the left over to the right, costing a significant amount of time.
Yeah, it was unlucky, but that's just
It's
how
the
it goes.
nature of the game, isn't it?
Yep.
It's
Kind of at the
one- it's one
mercy of Derek.
Yeah, it's like it's part of it's one of the things that makes it fascinating, just with the generated rooms here. Enemy actually in the way at the moment, having to expend a bomb. But it's one of those moments where you're playing through the game and you think, okay, I'm going to go down, I'm going to make that choice to the left, and it's like, nope, it's on the right side. Just in this case, you just have to eat that time, unfortunately.
Oh. Right. I forgot that you can stop your parachute in this game.
Oh yeah, and in HD, if your parachute deployed, you just had to ride it. But in Spelunky 2, you can hit the jump button again, and it'll cut the chute away.
Lasers.
Oh, this is
I'm
nervous.
That's
always
a
very
lot of enemies.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think most of these players always carry a landmine from the ice caves to here because they can get the shotgun easier from the guards because they don't aggro if you just put the landmine next to them. But if you put a bomb on them, they would aggro and shoot you, right?
Right. Yeah, the mine works just like you explained. They can cook a bomb, and they have to time the throw into the bodyguard because they will aggro when that bomb gets near. But it is possible. It's just a little more risky.
I mean, the landmine is also risky because getting stunned and landing on it is something that happens.
And there goes. That was unfortunate with those enemies, just both of them coming around to double team there. Wasn't escaping out of that one.
Those spark boats cornered very hard.
Good old Neo Babylon.
And unfortunately, that's the end of that run, and back to the start we go. I believe all 5 runners right now are all very near the start here. Shall we have a look at DT? Currently the furthest ahead at the moment.
Seems fine.
Sounds good.
And we'll see where DT is and where they're going at the moment.
Trying to get past a rock dog.
And currently on their 1 rope split, so sprint to the exit. Reminds me of another similar competition style. If anyone's familiar with the springboard chop in, I guess you would say, lumberjack sports. It's where they do a quick sprint on their first level. They have to use an axe to chop into a wooden block, and they put a springboard in it, and then they stand on that springboard, do it again, and then on top of that one, then they have to cut off a log on top of all that while on these springboards. And that's kind of what these AST runs are like. They're quick sprints, and then as it gets longer and more difficult, you got to kind of be a little more careful. Shout outs to Elad Difficult for that comparison.
Today I learned. That's all I'm saying in that. I was like, all right.
Recommend you all check it out. Springboard, the springboard chop.
Using an axe on a springboard. Getting the poison crossbow there from Tan, the usual.
And this is the level you like to see, just the straight down platforms.
Mostly straight down.
Yeah. Has the 4 bombs for the easy shortcut here.
Going into the next split with a slight red time, but nothing that can be made up. That can't be made up with a good teleporter or jetpack later on.
Yeah, I feel like if we're under a minute in the red splits, we're still good to make that up in the final 2.
Yeah, because my understanding of the category here is as you move towards the later shortcuts with the key and the 50k, like lots of time can be made up there depending on the luck of the draw with your jetpacks and your telepacks.
Yes, basically all of the splits where you can continue your run into the next zone, you really want to have a good build that the game will hopefully give to you in form of a jetpack or resources.
Yeah, like DT split right now, the mount into the 50k split, we can do a double delivery with that if we find any extra money. You see him going over to this idol, which will be almost to halfway to 50k, but kind of created an obstacle because of this.
Yep, the trap was set, the lava came down, and that's no more path for you.
I don't think that's whippable. Oh, nice.
Wow.
That's very
Good
nicely done.
timing.
Nice jump through there, just waiting for the lava to move out the way. And then carrying the rock dog down for safety here. You want to make sure no squishes, please.
There used to be I think it was considered a bug because it got fixed. When you stand on the side of Olmec and run under him when he stumps down the hole for you to get through, it used to be a problem where he would still move slightly. So if you didn't get enough distance in that little gap between the wall and Olmec, he would slowly move towards you, and on the last jump you would still get squished. And I think they fixed that in one of the patches, and just some trivia to know, I guess, because that was like the whole running under them is nice addition to make the stuff more consistent.
That's true, and it was always something to be kind of frightened of too, because when you're on bummer death there. When you're riding a mount or carrying a mount, the hitbox is a little bit bigger, and when Olmec's stomping right next to you, it can get a bit scary.
Yeah, no, an unfortunate death there. Had the 50k as well, grabbing that last idol, but the enemies just decided to jump around and say, yo, what's up? And that was that. End of the run.
The Octoroks.
Yeah, it's interesting seeing those enemies, those squids, because that used to be an enemy in Spelunky HD that was specific to the last level, the secret hell level there. And now we see them earlier in this game, and there's a lot more deaths and bad interactions from them.
Ah, yes. The Blue Devils.
Yeah, the Blue Devils.
Living up to their name.
They surely were. Oh, missed Quillback. Oh.
Ooh,
That-
no, run away. Okay, there we go.
That was interesting.
This is a case of do not want, run away, please.
Just losing a few seconds there. That would have been, I think, in the green if he had the kill on Quillback. Just because it would have saved more time as you not running back. So optimizing things, but I think the early game does not need to be optimized yet to get the first place. But for the world record, which is the goal, I think, gotta shave where you can.
Oh, definitely. I mean, that's the fun of events like this. It's a case of we do want to see the record being broken. That is the whole point of the event. Break the record live. That's what we want to see. And ideally, we'd want to see a double whammy with both categories being run this event. So starting with the All Shortcuts plus Tiamat, we'd love to see the record being broken here in the next couple of hours. And then maybe again in Cosmic Ocean. You never know.
I heard that it's actually the first time that Break the Record had 2 events, or like 2 categories to be considered in one run or one event.
It is,
true?
yeah. It's a new thing. They're trialing it out, and it seems to be going well.
Yeah,
Well,
I think
I'm having fun.
Oh, definitely. Like watching all these, I'm sitting watching DT right now, but I'm also got an eye on Grump there, and I was just like, oh, we could switch over, and then it's like I noticed the reset. It's like, do I say anything? Do I let them know? Like, no, not again, because we don't want to curse it. Because I've been hearing you saying the curses were coming out.
Oh yes.
Oh,
Oh,
That
that's
was-
an interesting.
lizards with their weird bounces.
And to mention the world record they're trying to break for AST is 1452, held by DT right now.
Very, very interesting as well there. So a minute and a bit off to try and see if that compared to our current event times. I'm sitting with the biggest grin on my face right now because I'm a 12-year-old laughing at that telepack noise. Like everything, it's like, okay, yeah, I'm loving this. It's like,
Very satisfying honk.
It really is, isn't it? It's just like, it's like, here we go. Really smooth teleports going on right now too.
Yeah.
So,
Oh.
question then. Oh, straight down. Does the telepack run out?
I think all the teleport items are kept at 3 teleports before you can. I think then you have to land. So
Right.
you can teleport up if you, for example, on Tiamat, there's a lot of space upwards. So if you just teleport up on Tiamat, you would get 3 teleports, and then it wouldn't work anymore, and you would just fall back down.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if you are like teleporting or while walking, if you had a long way to get through, like on Olmec, there is no cap to that.
Yeah, and there's no way it will. Like, there's no way you will lose it unless you deliberately drop it and leave it behind. Like, it doesn't have a finite number of uses in that regard. You could, in theory, carry it through a couple of rooms.
Yeah, it doesn't break. It's not like the Madoc that breaks after it broke a certain amount of times.
It's a really powerful item.
It is. It's also a very fun item, especially if you get somewhat consistent with it. I honestly
yeah.
think that teleport mechanic in Spelunky is one of the most fun things to learn and to learn how to do fast and consistent for speedruns.
Mm-hmm.
It really teaches you to look at how the levels are being generated and where you can teleport safely and whatnot.
It really makes routing this game as well very interesting because, as you said, like there are different routes each time you go through. Like you may learn how the levels are generated, but you've still got to navigate through them successfully. So you're routing on the fly every time you do a run here.
Absolutely, and I think that's my favorite part about speedrunning this game is it's just different every time.
It's a really unique skill. It's a really good skill to have.
Just gotta stay calm under pressure.
Especially when you got to bring Rock Dog with you on the Mount Split once again. Getting some money while you're at it.
A safer lava flow this time, thankfully.
Yeah. Last time that didn't work out so well.
Got a lot of racers in Volcano right now.
Indeed,
The other
everybody around a similar point at the moment.
There was a jetpack for DT, but he decided to skip it, even though this is one of the long splits.
Yeah, I wonder if they didn't want to deal with the shopkeep. I feel like that'd be a pretty automatic take.
Yeah, I would.
Maybe just didn't see it.
Oh well.
Not making it to Olmec. Gonna spend the bombs to get through here. Oh, that's a...
Oh, that could have backfired, literally.
That almost ended badly there. You're like, wait, what are you? Oh, okay. Safe. Safe.
So, items can be randomly in the crust. And we saw a power pack there randomly on the way to the exit. And like most of the other backpack items, if it gets set aflame, it explodes. So if we didn't keep an eye on that, that could have ended poorly.
Could have been a big boom there. Oh, go away. No damage, please. DT still on 3 hearts, though. 3 health.
3 health is comfortable still. Things get tough at 2 and 1 health, I think.
I was going to think, do you feel pressure when you're sitting down on 1 health? You're like, you have 1 hit left. Like, this is it.
That's the optimal health. It gets you into the correct mindset.
True.
What? The don't die.
Yep, don't get hit. Easy.
Yeah. I mean, on a more less joking note, whatever, is for, I think it depends on the situation where you're in, because on an event like this or in long categories, you definitely feel the stress of being on low health a lot more rather than you do on normal quote-unquote Spelunky speedruns, because in those categories you just think about a single run is not important, so whatever, I have 1 health, still gonna play fast. The worst that happens is I'm gonna have a better one next time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's how I think about it, at least. But for this event, who knows what these runners are thinking.
It's part of the fun of these events, honestly. It's just think about what are these runners doing at the moment? Do they believe they can get all the way on the 1 health, or are they going to reset and try for a better run? Because when the clock starts ticking down, you start realizing that the time to try and win the prize pool is dwindling. You start to make interesting choices, we've noticed, through previous events.
Oh, that...
Now that hired help just
again,
like,
please.
yo, Spike, what are you doing? Like, I'm coming for the Spike. No. Stay down. Bad.
Safe preservation, you know?
I still doubt that. I doubt that 100%. I'm sorry.
Just one more layer to go here. Oh, no.
And there we go.
The stun into spikes.
Indeed. And with that run ending, we are going to take a short break here with most of our runners actually all resetting at the same time there. That's very unfortunate timing there, but we are going to take a short break at the moment. We will be back in about 3 minutes. So take this time to get up, get yourself a drink, get yourself a snack, and a big thank you as well to our sponsors of the event, Kaspersky, and of course Mossmouth as well, for being involved and providing the prize pool. We'll be back in a couple of minutes, folks. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Break the Record Live, featuring Spelunky 2. We are currently watching our runners here try to compete for the top times in the All Shortcuts and Tiamat category right now. We currently have Krill on the screen at the moment, making their way through their weapon split. For those of you not aware of what Break the Record Live is, it is exactly as the name suggests. We find the top runners of the categories of these games and we see if they can break the record live. They are, of course, also competing for a share of a wonderful $3,000 prize pool here for this category, I believe provided by the event sponsor Mossmouth here. We just quickly pull up the leaderboard at the moment so you can have a look and see our current standings. Right now, we do have DT in the lead with a 1540, taking home a $1,000 prize pool, with Krill right now in second place with a 1547, Twiggle in third with a 1723, Blue Cadet 3 in fourth with a 1744. Then we got Hectic there with an 1817, Bag with an 1848, and we're waiting for Group to place. And these standings can change every second. We're watching these runners race their way through, and I do have with me as well two wonderful community members from the Spelunky community here. We've got Tic Tac Foe and Calibron. How are you both doing?
Doing great. There's a blizzard outside, but these speeds are hot.
And I've just been informed as well that Grimp does actually have a 1646. It's just not appearing on the leaderboard for some reason, which is weird. Yes, but there we go. That actually puts them. That actually puts them. If it's a 1646, that's a fourth place time. Intriguing. Technical difficulty is always fun. But enough about that. Let us have more Spelunky going on here. So we're having a look at the good old slamming of the blocks to get down to the bottom there.
Yeah, Krill currently on the mount split, just delivering it and then continuing on directly with the 50k.
Currently needing to get around 40k in the next couple of rooms here. So we'll be looking for a couple of idols and things like that. And there's a ghost on the screen. Uh-oh.
Exactly. He broke the ghost pot, which contains a diamond, which is worth around 10k on this level, I think.
Little less than 10k.
Little less than 10k. Which, when you break it, spawns the ghost immediately instead of the normal 3-minute timer for this game. No, actually, it's... Is it?
Yep, 3 minutes.
It's 3 minutes. I'm confused there. So yeah, that's a good way to get a lot of money quickly from those diamonds. And also, since you speedrun, the ghost shouldn't be a big problem, because you're running away anyway.
Makes sense to me. If you're running away from them, they can't catch you.
My actual first run in Spelunky 2, I was introduced right away to the ghost pot, and I thought it was just this is what the urns or pots look like in the game, so I broke it, and I was like, oh, there's a diamond. Oh, there's a ghost, and then we immediately died.
Honestly, I'm kind of looking forward to the time when I start playing this for the first time and have those wonderful, unfortunate accidents as well. Part of the game's charm, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So I'm seeing questions coming in, people asking, why are runners resetting at specific splits here? What is it about this category that requires them to reset like that?
Go for it, Calibron.
Aye, okay. So for some of the splits, so for this category you need to unlock the shortcuts, and each of the shortcuts requires you to bring a specific thing to the exit of the zone. So for the dwelling, you need to bring the 10k, one rope, and one weapon. Not 10k. Wait, was it a weapon?
2k, one rope, and 10k. One bomb and 10k.
One bomb. Well, you have to bring those things to the transition from one zone to the next. So once you delivered one of them, you don't need to continue the run. So you reset to start from the top of that specific zone again. And for some splits, which are the long splits, you can just keep going because you just finished one of your shortcuts. So that is open, and now you can start working on the next one. So you just keep going to the next zone and get the requirements there and deliver 2 things in one run without resetting. So that is why you see a lot of runners reset like here, where Krill will go to the gold key split, which only spawns in the dwelling, so he has to run through the whole game once.
That's probably one of the most common questions we get asked when we're running this category is why we're resetting all the time, and for those exact reasons. So on this 1-2, you notice that Krill saw a bunch of turkeys, and we know the key's not on the level then, but we did find the telepack, and that's what we're looking for.
That is a world record item right there.
Oh,
Oh, that's a caster's curse montage right there. That's a world record. Matt Wall. Really?
I'm sorry.
those are the risks we gotta take, though. Teleporters are good for that.
That was perfect. Oh, I'm so sorry. We should be laughing at that, but that was... The timing was just impeccable. It really was.
I feel most of our racers are used to that death.
Yeah. Checking out terrain from inside is a common thing in Spelunky.
Checking it from inside. Oh, no.
Is Krill taking a break?
We'll find out very soon. In the meantime, let us have a look and focus on... Shall we focus on back at the moment? And we'll see how their run fares.
Sounds good. Looks like they're just completing their 1-bomb split in the green. We'll be back into the dwelling for the last time, getting 10k, and then going right into their 1 rope.
I'm going to try and keep those green splits all the way down through the run.
Maybe getting some gold on the way there. Some gold splits.
Oh,
Not
yes.
in-game
Go. Well, both would be good. I'll take both. Gold for gold, not a problem. Can we do that? Can we trade in-game gold for gold splits? Like that's a nice trade.
Oh, if only.
I would actually start running score at that point.
You'll notice as racers are going through this challenge run, they may be switching characters, and that has no change to any mechanics or anything. It's just player skins. It's for preference.
Purely optical.
Yep.
Aesthetics. I think there was some talk about how Lise, or however you pronounce, I think you pronounce her name Lise, the robot character is objectively has advantages because she has a sound indicator for things like teetering off the edges with the beep sound.
Oh, instead of just the visual? Yeah.
Yes, but that is so minuscule, man. Just something interesting to know.
It is interesting, because I was going to ask you, actually, like, was there any difference between the characters, or are they purely cosmetic?
Yep, just purely cosmetic,
yeah.
Stunned into lava. We've seen that a bunch already. Nothing new here.
You know what biome doesn't have lava? The jungle. But not seeing any runners go there yet this today.
Do you think you'll get runners going to the jungle though? Or do you
I
think
highly
the route
doubt
for
it.
this is solid?
Yeah, it's possible if we get like sometimes the telepack can be safer going through the jungle just because you're not teleporting into lava. But that's kind of, you know, how the racer's feeling at that moment.
Yeah, I mentioned, I think earlier, how about just edging out that speed and the fact that Volcano is just on average faster, just makes people go to Volcano every time, just because that slight edge just is worth it, even if sometimes it blocks you out completely with bad lava, for example.
And sometimes it's just a mindset they're in too. It's like, I've been going Volcano, why would I switch it up now? And you know, see things that I haven't been seeing all run, like the witch doctors or spiders and stuff like that.
I think we'll see more jungle during the second part of the event for the Cosmic Ocean, because there's actually a good incentive in resources for going to the jungle there.
Absolutely.
But for this shorter kind of categories, I think the jungle is just not appreciated enough.
That's starting another run for Bach.
Actually, DT has a gold split. I just noticed.
Oh, sure does.
Should
Could we
over
switch
there?
to DT?
We can indeed. DT getting that gold split on the weapon split there. Saving a nice 10 seconds off it.
Oh, and getting the good throw out of the door there to the left.
Perfect RNG.
Run is blessed.
Alright, so onto the HH split. How to find the coffin. Oh, couldn't take that axolotl from that caveman there. Would have been a neat thing to try out. Axolotl on teleporters on a HH split.
Waiting for the inevitable axolotl telepack teleporter run.
Oh god.
You get 3 teleports and in 2 frames. Great. Pretty kind levels here so far. In yeah, cutting through with these bombs, making it a lot easier.
Also good play, because there were a few things that many people would have not seen, like hidden man traps. No, not man traps. What's the bear traps?
Snap traps. Bear
Snap
traps.
I think they changed the name because
They
everyone
did
called
change
them.
the name, yeah. There's a helping hand delivered. And now to the very important split.
No.
I guess you could say it's the key split.
Ah,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah, listen, if you're going to set me up for it, I'm going to take it, okay?
It's a Spelunky community tradition to get that key split joke in there somewhere.
It's an infamous joke.
Oh, I bet it is. But like I said, you give me that chance, I'm taking it. I'll take the groans and the boos, okay?
Oh my.
It's gotta keep the traditions going here. Check the shop. There's well, those boots are pretty good, and the cape. The cape gives a lot more mobility than you think it would. You saw it just right there on the first little pit that DD can just feather their way down and kind of scout the level out a little bit.
Like I mentioned earlier, robbing shops that don't have the perfect items is a lot more viable in this game. So That's one example. A cape is probably enough to justify the short aggro time.
Even helps greatly in if we make it to zone 5 into the ice caves. Pretty much just float all the way down.
Free falling in that level then.
I do find it interesting how things from Spelunky HD that were originally glitches have made their way as features into Spelunky 2.
Yeah, it's been really exciting to see that transition. And just how active the developers were with the community as we were all speedrunning and finding things and being like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool, we should add that, and what have you.
There were like some things that were slightly weird on the launch version of the game for speedrunning, because on speedrunning you often have to like throw a bomb and whip and rope at the same time, or convoluted things like that, and there used to be a build where that was not possible to do, or you couldn't drop down ledges or like those platforms while whipping. Those were kind of weird, and I'm glad the devs actually changed that, because it makes the game feel a lot more fluid.
Just seeing Twiggle there having to do another reset, unfortunately, about 7 minutes in there, but deciding the run wasn't worth and going for another one as down the rope into the den they go.
Such is the life of the Spelunker.
Oh, key, come back! That key,
Oh.
okay.
Thank God this level does not have a bottomless water pit, a bottomless normal pit, or lava in it.
That used to be a huge problem in Spelunky HD. The third zone, the ice zone, would have a bottomless pit, like Carly Brown was mentioning, and you really didn't want to throw your key there because you could just throw it down there and your run's over. But keys
All
delivered.
right.
We're on to Tiamat.
The final one here
Going for big falls.
with that cape as well. So really easy big falls. Of course, we say this, but Spelunky can hear us in the Senian, so we will be careful. we will be respectful to Spelunky.
Oh, these elevators!
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, the elevators are terrifying because they're silent, and you think you're safe going across there, and then it's just squish, and there's not much you can do about it.
Nope,
What
definitely
is
not.
happening right now?
I think they forgot to reset their timer or went into the wrong shortcut.
Wrong shortcut, it seems. They want to continue.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, their PB is pretty... DT is on top, so his PB is pretty strong. But maybe he feels like he can still...
Maybe more of practice for the last endgame section here, perhaps.
Could be one.
Of course, you can see how significantly different it is now not having the cape to slow your descent here. Meanwhile, the Yeti just enjoying himself. Woohoo!
Yeah. That's a
They're
very
just here for the good
gruesome...
time.
That bouncing can become very gruesome when there are spikes on the ceiling.
Oh, no.
It's like one of the saddest things I've seen in this game, just watching that happen.
One more level here, Neobab for DT. Let's see if we can get to the final boss, Tiamat.
Do we get the insta 4-bomb throw kill or some other variation?
It's like we're gonna cook for the bodyguard.
Ah, okay. Doing
There you go.
the safe thing.
That's how you get your
consistent
shotgun.
thing.
No. Okay, I thought that was gonna hit.
I didn't know that those guys survived 4 shotgun shots. It's actually 3 shotgun shots. It's quite a lot.
Yeah, a lot of the enemies in this compared to HD are really tanky. You gotta be careful. So DT's throwing the rope against the wall there because when you're shooting the shotgun while on a rope, it'll kick you off the rope. So putting it up against the wall, make sure we stay there, and gets it done.
And that's GG. That'd be a 16:45 there. Really close with a PB there coming into that final split. But
Yeah,
unfortunately, the death in Babylon there just costing a significant amount. Yeah, very costly, unfortunately.
Still feels good to get a run done, though.
Oh, definitely. You can't say anything wrong about finishing a run, you know. It's always one of those moments where you take a breath and you're going, that was good. Now let's do it again and do it better.
And the time is still a really good time for the event. I think what time was Grooms again? It's still broken.
I believe it was around a 16:45.
So maybe still even a 3rd place for the event. So definitely nothing to be too ashamed of.
Oh, no shame at all.
No
shame
shame
at
here.
all in this one. Not at all. Like, no shame for any of these runners with the times that they get. As you say, you're comparing to runs that they have already done before and looking, or in this case, even DT's own personal splits, I believe, that 14:52. That's the time that DT is looking to be immediately, as you see here, jumping into another run.
Yep.
But while DT is on their way, we're going to switch over to Blue Cadet, currently in Volcano.
Excellent. Into the Olmec fight. Blue Cadet repping Demi Von Diamonds as their character.
Solid take.
Might recognize it as the damsel in Spelunky HD. Now a featured character, which is pretty fun.
Yeah, it's nice. Rofi was also based on a damsel variation that many maybe don't even know existed in HD.
Yes, the secret sloth. It's actually really cool how they did a lot of tie-ins and references back to Spelunky HD. Kind of continued the lore and stuff, especially on some of the later secret levels. Some characters get specific voice lines based off of what happened in Spelunky HD.
That was an interesting steal.
Yeah, it looked like they tried throwing ton but missed, and then it's like, okay, I'm just gonna leave.
Oh, that rock dog!
Wow, that rock dog on the treadmill.
Having fun.
Getting a workout and spitting fire.
Oh no!
Unfortunate.
That's very unfortunate.
I love the descriptions there as well. It's like, what happened? Blown up. Description. The explosion sent me flying.
Yeah, this game has humor.
Oh, you gotta have a bit of humor while you're playing, no?
I think my favorite death message is if an All Might kills you, it says something to the effect like an All Might made a big brain play and killed me.
That is one of the best.
Oh, fantastic.
Back in the dwelling here for Blue Cadet. A lot of people find this zone to be the most difficult zone. I think a lot of it has to do with you're not starting with any items, right? You don't have your shotgun or a jetpack, and everything's there to just destroy you. The moles coming in from the walls is something very new to look out for that not a lot of runners are used to. And The horned lizards are on a lot of people's blacklist, if you will.
Yeah, I think after moles, I think the lizards are a universally hated enemy in the community. Just because they are tough to handle, you can't protect yourself from them with whips or jumping on them if they get rolling. So if they roll, you can only avoid them and not stop them. I think that's
Right.
also their entry in the journal. Once they get rolling, you can't stop them at all.
Oh no, and they'll go away through it.
But speaking of community favorites, we got some coming up in the commentary booth.
We do indeed. I believe it is top of the hour, so we are going to be swapping out Tic Tac Foe and Carly Braun here. Thank you both for joining us. It's been amazing. We will be hearing from you again throughout the rest of the event. So, any quick thoughts before you head off?
No nerves, go fast.
I agree.
No nerves, go fast. Good messages to come through as we do the swap over here as well. I'm going to say goodbye to both of you and hello to Colin and Vlad. How are you both doing?
Hello, I'm doing very well.
Hello everyone, doing great as well.
Nice.
So this is Colin. This is what Colin's voice sounds like.
This is what the Colin sounds like. This is
That's right.
amazing.
You've seen me all day, but you've never heard my voice before.
Until now.
Yeah. So I am Colin Northway. I am a game developer, and I'm also the Blue Spelunker. Colin Northward is based on my real life visage.
And I'm Vlad, I play Spelunky.
It is great to have you both here. So have you been keeping up with the event right now?
I just woke up. It's 9 a.m. here, so
It's early days. Oh, you've got plenty of fun ahead then.
yeah, exactly.
I watched some of it, was able to witness Twiggle's very first run being amazing. And that was pretty cool.
Definitely. Hopefully, we'll have plenty of more cool runs coming through. While we're on the thing of cool runs, we'll go to the opposite of cool. We're going straight to the hot ones here. Back is currently I was going to say that, but back is just reset right now. So can we say that wasn't a curse? It didn't happen. Like, it happened as we mentioned it. So that's commentator's curse before, after, the same time. I really don't know. We'll go to Groomp. We'll head to Groomp. Groomp is in Volcano. And we'll see how Groomp is doing at the moment. Just reset right now.
Yeah. Do you wanna catch me up to speed a little bit? How are players doing? Where are people?
We can indeed. So right now, let's pull up the leaderboard at the same time. We can have a look and see how our competitors are doing. Right now, DT is in the lead with a 15:40, which is a really nice time right now. They are, of course, the current world record holder of the category with the 14:52. That is what they are looking to try and beat. But close on their heels, we do have Krill coming through, as well as Twiggle in third place right now. Groomp, who is currently there, is currently trying to get their timer back on. They're about fourth place as well right now. I believe it was a 16:46 or something similar they had. So Blue Cadet technically in fifth with a 17:44. And then, of course, we have Hectic with an 18:17 and back with an 18:48. But we're all seeing these runners coming very close to getting down to those 15-minute marks. It's just something always seems to go wrong.
Yeah, like it's Spelunky too, right?
Yeah. That's the definition of the game, is something's always going to go wrong. And then in these runs, what's been like the defining feature? What's been like make or break for people?
Honestly, I think from what I've been watching through it, it's all just these small and, I say small. It's usually enemies not doing what you expect them to do and catching you off guard, normally stunning you into lava or pushing you into a trap, or just an unfortunate bomb placement getting them.
Yeah, I mean, we've all lived that pain so many times.
Yeah, and they're being so aggressive with how they time their bombs. There's really not much time for error there. So it's understandable.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing about when you're constantly pushing it to the limit, then you're like always going to be running into errors. You got to like calibrate that perfectly. Like, yeah, I want to be like pushing hard enough that I'm going to hit the record if I get there, but you know, can't make a record if you don't make it.
So hearing the little squeaks right now, jumping over the lava, dodging the burn because the rock dog makes you immune to fire. A very it's like don't say that, Ark. What are you doing?
Yeah, he's not immune to lava though, so don't drop him there.
No. It turns out fire and lava are two different things. It's always interesting just listening to the in-game sounds and hearing the turkeys going past as well.
Yeah, great sound design. Eric did a tremendous job on Spelunky 2, I gotta say.
Agreed.
And I was actually never that big a fan of the music in Spelunky 1, which I kind of complained to Eric about. And then Spelunky 2, he's just done really an amazing job, especially the tide pool. The tide pool music is just like, it still gets me every time. And I was kind of saying that to Eric, and he was like, "Oh yeah, that's okay. You know, now I listen back, I'm not like that satisfied with the Spelunky 1 music anymore either." That's how it is with creative stuff, though, right? You look back on something that you did a few years ago, and you're always like, "Oh man, I can't believe that's what I used to do."
Oh, definitely. It's one, as you said, it's one of those things that you're improving as you go on, and then you go back and listen to your previous stuff, and you're going, I could have done X, Y, or Z here. It's like, but at the time you didn't have that, so.
Yeah, exactly. Or if you're an artist, you never want to get your own work tattooed on you.
Oh,
for that reason.
yes, understandable. So currently trying to earn we were trying to earn the 50k there.
Now we're trying to reset.
Mm-hmm.
And successfully so.
So again, it always seems to be like right now we're seeing the runners always getting towards that mid-game stage. Very, very rarely getting towards the key split or the 50k split there, ending up having a little bit of a problem towards Volcano and the weapon or mount splits here.
What exactly is Groom up to? It looks like he's in Tiamat.
Currently fixing the splits. We're getting him to split himself at the correct time in the correct room to fix the issue. And then Groom will be up and running with us again. So once that timer hits the 16... I believe like 1645 or 1646 time, we will be good to go.
Okay, cool.
Just giving away too much health at the beginning.
Yeah, I'm having to take a quick restart there. Let's go and have a look at who shall we go to? Shall we go to Krill?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Let's just have a look and see what the Volcano is doing. So currently on the one rope split, 7.5 seconds behind the current PB there. That's actually quite good there. Like having a small, well, basically being in the red by a small amount is really good, especially with the large amount of time save that these runners can have on the later parts of the game. We need that good shop RNG.
Get a telepack on the key split and save a minute or so or more.
Exactly.
Is that right that Krill has a 13.8 second advantage on the 2K record?
I guess so. Like he probably had a like not optimal 2K split on his PB, and now 53 on 2K probably means he got a teleporter though, so that's why he saved so much time on the first split.
That's amazing.
So yeah, now he's ahead again after the one rope delivery. So
it's on to the weapon now.
yep, I guess they typically are going for Tan's crossbow.
Yes, that's what we've been seeing. Making sure it's one of the more safer weapons I've been told to grab. One of the more consistent strats for this category.
Yeah, in speedrun it's the best because you're rushing towards the exits, and having Tan spawn at the start after you've left for 30 seconds is not at all dangerous. Versus I'd argue if you're doing like a score or some slower run, then having Tan spawning after you came in is much more annoying. But,
yeah, because the only other option would be to get one out of a shopkeeper, which is just adds shopkeepers danger. And there's no way you're going to be like buying anything, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure if like the magic bow you get from the moon challenge works for it. That would be the safest thing, I suppose. But very slow.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think maybe earlier maybe it didn't work, but maybe that's a bug that's been fixed.
I haven't tried, so I can't really tell.
Yeah, I haven't done the shortcuts in a while. Although I did do the shortcuts have to do the shortcuts like 3 times because before release the save games kept getting reset.
The price to pay for the privilege of playing early.
Yeah, it's a price I'll happily pay. Yeah, I think as a you know, I don't know, as a casual player or like a obsessed casual player, whatever I am, definitely the most challenging shortcuts are. It's certainly the helping hand. And is that the same at this level of play? Is helping hand still kind of like a pretty meaty difficulty?
I think it used to be, but I don't know how recent it is. But now a coffin always spawns in 4-1, so it got significantly easier. Like back in the day, you used to have to go for the big fish or something, but nowadays I'd say it's not especially difficult.
Right, so you still have to get that hired hand through all of Tide Pool, which is like not a trivial thing.
Definitely not, but not as hard as it used to be either. So
right, and then key must, in terms of pure time consuming, key must be the one that eats up the most time.
yeah, absolutely. And here goes Turkey for Krill. He will be slightly behind his PB after the mounts, but he has 20,000. That's a lot of money.
I didn't know you could carry an unconscious turkey. You can't carry dead turkeys through doors. I didn't know you could carry a live one through doors.
Yeah, you can if it's tamed. Like, it also works with Chilin if you don't want to mount him.
Huh? Wow, that's great to know. That must be like some kind of weird bug, eh?
I don't know. Could ask Derek tomorrow when he's on.
Yes, exactly. Oh man, I missed how that ghost get popped. Was there must have been a pot?
Yeah, it's so crazy how they just break the ghost jars immediately.
Yeah, right.
Just time.
And
Not scared of the. Oh no! What happened?
Oh, just a missed jump. Damn, that hurts.
That was a pretty good run. I'm sad for Krill now.
And so, how does the scoring work? How does the money apply to scoring?
What do you mean? I'm not sure what.
Or so it's a time. So I thought it was all like it's a race based on time, right? So the winner has the lowest time.
Yeah. Here it's a race, but for the specific split delivery, you need to deliver $50,000.
Oh, right. He's just trying to build up the 50K.
Yeah.
Right. That makes sense.
To Mama Tunnel.
Yeah.
So it looks like we've got most of our runners in towards the early game at the moment. So we are going to set ourselves for a short break here. We're going to be back in 3 minutes with more Spelunky to All Shortcuts and Tiamat goodness. Again, a big thank you to our event sponsors here, Kaspersky, and of course, Mossmouth for providing the $3,000 prize pool for the current category that we are racing. Go grab yourself a drink, grab yourself a snack, folks. We will be right back. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to ESA's Break the Record Live featuring Spelunky 2. We have got the top runners of the Spelunky 2 All Shortcuts and Tiamat category here, all racing to try and get the quickest time and break that record live. Currently, right now, we can pull up the leaderboard here and you can see our current positions for all our competitors and the prize pool that they are taking home. Give a quick shout out here to one of our event sponsors, to Mossmouth, for giving us this $3,000 prize pool, and you can see the share that each of the placements will be taking home. Currently, DT is in the lead with a 1540, taking home the lion's share of $1,000, with the rest of the competitors all coming behind them on the heels. They are trying to get themselves up those positions. Joining me for commentary, we have two amazing Spelunky community members. We have Colin and Vlad. How are you both doing?
Still doing good.
Yeah, I'm doing good. Honestly, my Spelunky runs in the last couple days have been pretty lousy. I'm still trying to beat Cosmic Ocean. My personal record is like 51 or something. Man, I've just like not been getting the runs lately.
No, indeed, we've got that fun to look forward to tomorrow and Sunday. This is a special Break the Record Live event. This is the first time where we're going to be attempting to run 2 categories over the 3-day weekend here. We're starting Friday today with All Shortcuts and Tiamat category. Then Saturday and Sunday, we will be doing Cosmic Ocean. That's going to be really interesting, seeing how the runners adapt to the different categories that are available. But right now, we're currently watching Blue Cadet. They're just starting up another run here, getting themselves the past that 2K split into the bomb split, and running their way through. Seeing the rest of our fellow runners as well, all not far behind. Everybody's starting from scratch, getting a fresh run underway.
Okay, well, we get to start committing on a brand new run. And I see Back has a teleporter here. So.
Yeah, we're going to switch over. We're going to teleport over there as well. Oh, hey. I'm so sorry. But yeah, with the telepack there, do you want to explain why the telepack is such an important item in Spelunky 2 here?
Well, of course, like teleporting is the fastest way of moving in the game, of moving down while avoiding obstacles and stuff. And the telepack has this very special property compared to the normal teleporter, that it allows you to also carry an item with you, be it a weapon or something you need to deliver, like the turkey, or of course the key in the key splits.
Yeah, the problem with the teleporter is that there's a little bit of randomness built into it. So you teleport in a direction, forward, left, up, or down, depending on where you're looking. But it's like plus or minus a couple of squares. So it's extremely hard to use and risky to use unless you're an expert player. And if you're using it quickly, then it's even more dangerous and hard to use. So like most casual players, they find a teleporter are just going to run in the other direction. You have to be like this really high level player to be able to use them effectively.
Yes, it takes practice. But once you get it, it feels very good.
It definitely looks like a very fun way to move around the game, and the noise is just perfect. I love the noise it makes.
Definitely agreed.
But so while you were discussing that there, unfortunately, Bach did reset. I didn't really see why. I'm going to assume it was an accidental teleport into the wall or something.
Yeah, it would illustrate our point, so let's pretend it is.
Fair enough. But another reset coming out there very quickly as well.
Yeah, actually, early in development of Spelunky HD, I was arguing to Derek that the teleporter was really bad and that the randomness built into it made it completely useless. And then Derek likes to hold that over my head now that it's become the mainstay of all speedruns.
Yeah, those times when you're very happy to have been wrong, right?
Yeah. I mean, teleport play is still it's super fun to watch. It still looks like just Jedi magic to me. You know, having spent like not a ton of time trying to get the teleporters to work, I'm very happy if I find a jetpack and like run around with Vlad wings. It's still like I'm not to the level of where I'm playing teleports really hard. It's still like I don't understand how you guys are capable to play it so reliably.
That'll be a case of speedrunner practice and, well, practice makes perfect, in my opinion. I think is a good way to go about it. The more you practice with it, the more you can start to not remove the randomness, but can compensate for it, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I had the same feeling when I started watching Speedrunners Spelunky, and then after 500 hours of playing them myself, it felt normal. So...
And so, when you were getting good, did you use the seeded runs at all to like practice with the teleporter, or is it all just like pure, gotta grind for teleporter and then practice with it?
Not really. Like when I learned to quote unquote get good at teleporter was during the first Spelunky mostly.
Yeah, of course, right.
And like back then, no, I was just like doing my runs, and when I found a TP, whenever I found one, I had a rule to like always take it to get the practice, and it just came that way. But nowadays, yes, with the built-in seeded runs in Spelunky 2, it can be also a great way for new players to discover the joy of just TPing around crazy.
Yeah, I think I should do that. I should get like a good teleporter seed and just like spend a bunch of time with the teleporter. Because it'd be open the game up a lot too, you know? I think most people when they play, they like me, they're probably avoiding them, but it can like add a lot to your game. If you like open up that part of it.
Absolutely, and I quite like back spaces here to 10 after 1 bomb. I'm not sure what the standard is today for these players, but I'm pretty sure 210 after 1 bomb is good. Now he has the 10,000. So yeah, he will be about on pace for his own PB now.
He's definitely there. If he can keep going with this pace, then we could see potential placement changes here. Looking at the overall standings, you're looking for back here, trying to he's comparing against his own PB right now, 16:32. So with him being 1.5 seconds behind that at the moment, that's a significant event PB. Like jumping up to a 16:32 event PB is very nice. That's a good 2-place jump.
Yeah, even more, like it would put him 3rd compared to 7th, so... If I'm back, I'm in for that.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, lost little platforms here, had to spend a rope. It's no big deal though, he has a lot.
And actually, that's something that I keep hearing being mentioned through Spelunky commentary and that I've watched as well, is like expending the resources. When you're talking about that, I assume you're meaning the resources being obviously your bombs and your ropes. They are finite, correct?
Yes, you start with 4 of each, and to get more, you have to find them in crates or in shops. In like your average runs, like a low percent or any percent, where you play the full game, you tend to be, I'd say, very conservative with them, because once you spend them, you have to go the whole game without them. But in all shortcuts, especially with bombs, it is usually wise to spend your bombs aggressively, but then you have to be careful not to run out. It's a very delicate balance to maintain.
Yeah, because a bomb can be such a speed advantage because you can cut out whole sections of level.
Yeah, you have to find like basically the best places to use them, because if you go the whole delivery without using them, it's like wasted bombs, quote unquote. And if you spend them on little saves and then are missing one, it's a big time loss. So
yeah, especially if you're always going to need 4 to get down past the Olmec fight at the end.
you don't need them, by the way. You can also just use Olmec. It's slightly faster, I think, to bomb through. But if you don't have them, it's not a huge deal. You can just use Olmec and go through that way.
Oh, that's cool. I would have guessed that would be a large.
Oh no, back!
That's a lava. That's a jump into the lava there. Unfortunately, trying to sneak between the metal block and the ground, but lava saying it's time for a bath and jumping in there, which was not great.
Yeah, lava baths are not advised.
Definitely not.
Just so unforgiving.
Sorry about this.
No, you're all good. So we're going to switch over now. We're going to see Krill again. And we're going to go in and see. They are currently in a similar idea here. They are on the mount split at the moment. And they are currently 21 seconds behind. But plenty of time to save in the later stages. Again, it's that one telepack on the key split that you would love to see coming through.
Absolutely. Or just a jetpack is also good. Don't have to be telepack or bust.
Definitely. I mean, going back to what you were saying there about the resources and that as well. Don't burn. I'm thinking I'm going to have the problem of the good old Final Fantasy elixir problem. It's such a powerful item. I don't want to use it in case there's only one. It's like, no, use the items. You have them. It's like, these bombs are so rare. I can't use them. No, use them. You need to use the bombs.
Yeah, it's definitely a specific learning to do for all shortcuts, since in low percent you just basically don't spend them because you need them for Tiamat or Olmec if you're speaking Spelunky 1. So you have to specifically learn when you're doing ASO or ISO or no IST to use your bomb. It doesn't come naturally, even for speedrunners.
No, definitely.
Yeah, it's fun to watch these guys have like their bomb and rope usage so down to use them aggressively. Like they're not shy about using them at all. It's really impressive. It's to watch them time it so perfectly.
Yeah, I wonder what Krill's now thinks of his run. He had a very, very horrible situation earlier in Volcano. Now he's gonna be like 40 seconds behind. I'm not sure. I don't know if he will want to continue.
Yeah, getting trapped on that lava route with the lava mander and no way through is just such a painful situation to be in.
Yeah, and 40 seconds is starts to be a lot of deficit. So I wonder like at which point he decides to just reset. Well, now I'm sure he will.
Yeah.
I guess death solved it for him.
Yeah, deaths being super costly in the game overall, especially the further down that you get as well.
Absolutely. The worst being late death with the key that forces you to restart all the way into the dwelling. But hey, death also grants you a brand new run. Hooray.
Yeah, it's always you're always a one button click away from a fresh start in Spelunky.
Yes. Especially with the instant restart thing that they implemented in Spelunky 2 compared to the Spelunky makes grinding that little bit more pleasant and fast. Ooh, double TP!
Oh yeah, alright, this is exciting.
Just goes for the haunt TP.
Oh
no! Okay, still alive though.
Still alive.
It's like bonking your head off the top of it there.
Alrighty, 56. Very nice 2K split.
That's 10, love it.
And that's just the power of those teleports there.
Well, the power of the teleporter and someone skilled enough to use it.
Indeed, very true. Yes, very true.
Oh, that was a great level.
Yeah, no teleport on this second split, but some very, very nice platforming. So, that arrow is sad though.
Yeah, when you're doing runs like this, Vlad, do you feel like when you get a teleporter early like that, are you like, oh no, I wasted a teleporter, I wish I gotten that later? Or are you just like, well, you know, it's all randomness, you can't control that. Doesn't mean I'm not going to get one later.
No, I'm a mathematician, so for me it's...
It's all gravy, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You get one, it's yay, and I still have the same chance to get the same later, so...
Yeah.
And also, it's just so much fun to use at that moment that I'm just happy to be teleporting around, to be honest.
Just the pure joy from the teleports. It's like, yay!
Precisely. Ugh. Stealthy skeleton on top of the bone block.
Yeah, so tricksy.
One of the most sneaky enemies in the early game.
Hopefully that health won't come up later.
I'd say health in general is not the biggest concern on those short segments. It can be, of course, but...
Yeah, and then, again, as a more casual player, I tend to take a lot of random chip damage in tide pools. Is that the same kind of way for you?
Yeah, tide pool is very scary for me when I'm doing speedruns.
Yeah.
Also, because like those little jumping octopuses are very, very...
Yeah,
Are sometimes.
Spelunky has such a history of enemies that are hard to predict in that way, like the frogs in HD had that same kind of just like quirky, hard to get around them kind of feeling. Spelunky's so good at generating those.
Yep, and it's also what makes the game great. You can't just learn all the patterns and be good forever.
Yeah, it's still, and for some reason, like, the monkeys in Jungle still, like, just constantly, it's like, oh man, that jetpack is sweet.
Yeah. Is this 2-1? Yeah, so he'll get the benefit from it for a long time. That's pretty nice.
Great.
Jetpack in Volcano comes with a little drawback of like exploding if you get in contact with fire, though, but it's usually worth it anyway.
Yeah, like there's going to be those lava men jumping around, falling out of surprising places in the sky that are a potential danger.
Yeah. I think like this nerf of the jetpack compared to Spelunky is so nice and clever. Like, don't make it less fun or less good. Just make it more likely to cause funny deaths. Very nice. Very Spelunky.
Yeah, really smart game. Apparently, it came out pretty late in development too. Derek said, which kind of surprised me because, it's just such a solid. It's just such a solid idea. You think like, oh, that must have been like one of the genius things that made you want to make Spelunky 2. And then it's adds a nice difference between Volcano and Jungle too, where Jungle is just a little less threatening if you have the jetpack, since there's less things that are on fire.
Yep, definitely an interesting choice to make. It's usually like slower with snakier levels, but safer for TPs and jetpacks.
Yeah, do you think we're gonna see? I assume we're not gonna see any jungle play today, probably.
I don't expect a lot of it. Maybe some, but for speedruns, Volcano is the preferred option in general.
And then why would you go jungle? What would be a reason to go jungle in a speedrun like this?
Like I guess if you get the big boy to spawn on the right and he just goes left, it can be more convenient to reach the jungle than Volcano. That's usually the reason why I go to the jungle when I do.
Right. If you're just gonna lose so much time getting over to the right to go Volcano.
Yeah. But maybe if you're good enough at manipulating Quillback, it doesn't happen. I'm not exactly sure what you can and can't do with him.
Yeah, he's another good example of like kind of hard to read, hard to push around, get him to do exactly what you want.
Yeah. We're seeing only Volcano though, so I suspect these players know how to do it, and I just don't.
Man, these have been such nice runs from Krill, like just really smooth.
Yeah, now he's ahead of his already amazing PB and well into the mount splits with a mount now. Ooh.
This is great.
Oh!
Oh,
Did he-
tragedy!
Did he not buy it? What happened?
I don't know. Well, I mean, I do know, but I don't know why it came down to that. Like, he
Did
took
he not have Did he have the money? Did he not have the money?
He had 20k, so he definitely had the money. I think these mounts cost like 6k or something.
I think
Maybe
something
more.
like that. Oh
Maybe
my
more
god,
since
that's a tragic misclick.
The
Yeah.
shop was not happy about that.
No, he doesn't like it when you take his mounts.
Yeah, update from the runner there. They missed clicking by, apparently.
Oh,
So
That's
an
so
unfortunate
painful.
misclick.
Yeah, that's painful to hear about, let alone to experience, I'm sure.
I mean, the good news is, though, big smile on the face there, realizing what happened, which is like, well, that's back to the beginning for us.
Yeah, you're always one button click away from a fresh start.
Yeah, you know, if you're going to enjoy Spelunky speedrunning, you have to, in some regards, enjoy funny death. If you don't, just don't play Spelunky, I guess. Ooh, Jetpack TP!
Nice! Oh my god!
The double.
2K personal best coming up.
Was a bit of a late. Oh no!
So Colin, are you aware of commentator's curse? Because I believe you just did that.
Well, low cost death, first run. that was worth it. That was worth going for it, just to try it.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Unfortunately, though, the RNG the random nature of the telepack coming out in full force there, just nope. Oh.
The other good news though is that Group is back to running, and apparently his leaderboard thing is fixed.
Indeed. So the leaderboards should now be at their proper standings. We've got Grump there in third. And while we're speaking about Grump there, let's switch over and have a look and see how they are doing. They're going to come back in Volcano at the moment. 11 seconds behind the 16:33 PB that they have. That is currently about, let me do math here, 13 seconds faster than their event PB right now. It still has a solid third place time at the moment as well. We'll see if it stays that way through the rest of the run. Remembering this is a special one-day event on this category. So we will be crowning the winner and, well, we will be crowning everybody's placements here at the end of tonight. So we'll see if these runners are going to start taking their gameplay just that little bit more risky as they run through as the night goes on.
That was
Yeah, it'd
super
be exciting
nice.
to see like if someone is behind 1 hour after before the end. We might see some crazy stuff. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, definitely. Like, it's one of those things that I find really enjoyable about events in this style is that when you know that a deadline is coming up, you're going to start running those like little bit riskier strats, because at that point you're kind of throwing caution to the wind and you're going, what do I have to lose really? You know?
Yep, probably becomes closer and closer to a player actually grinding for their PB on their own stream.
Mm-hmm.
Like start marathon and full-on grinds.
Well, Grump there getting a very nice split coming through the weapon split there. Now four and a
there's the
half
mount.
seconds ahead.
Yeah, easy turkey also.
Beautiful.
Very nice.
But is it turkey or is it dinner? We will find out soon. We will find out soon. So earlier it was mentioned that the turkey and the rock dog both have different properties. Can you explain the difference between the two mounts here?
Yeah, so basically, the turkey has a double jump and allows you to like float, kind of like the landscape. And Rogue Dog shoots fire, has a little fire projectile from its mouth, and is also immune to fire. Whereas fire will cook the turkey and make it a delicious meal for you.
Oh dear, those poor turkeys.
The other big difference is that trying to land on a Rogue Dog is dangerous because if you miss your landing, you will get attacked by the Rogue Dog and often killed. So I'd say turkey tends to be the preferred mount if the option is available for these players.
And then rock dogs only show up in Volcano unless they're in a store.
Yep, but since we're only looking for mounts in Volcano, that is not really relevant to the category, but still true. Thanks for.
Yeah, and I guess if you buy a mount out of a store, that's actually a slightly faster run because you don't have to deal with the back and forth running of the turkey.
Yep, you can also steal one from a caveman, and it comes tamed already in that case.
Ouch, that hurts.
Oh, that does hurt.
Oh,
Wait,
that was
what?
a brutal
That's
shield.
not
Oh
fair.
no! Oh my
That's
god!
not
Wow.
fair.
Well, it took the time
Spelunky.
took the second to pick up that one health from the cooked turkey in Volcano, and that was looking like a pretty good decision right about now.
Oh, please stop jumping at the top there. We need to escape.
That
Oh,
octopus
wow.
scared me to death.
That was
Oh,
Joshua!
wow. That was such a just tight corner after tight corner. That was so rough. That was such a bad situation.
Yeah, Spelunky is intense.
handled it really well there. Just unfortunately not getting through that last one square. Like there was nowhere else he could go.
Yeah, that was just a tight situation after a tight situation, just one after another.
Yeah.
Now we are going to quickly switch back here. I swear if I curse this, I'm so sorry, but we've got another teleporter and is on a very nice pace at the moment with it. 20 seconds ahead coming out of the of one bomb there onto the 10k split.
Something's wrong here. He's doing any percent. Because 10k, I think he missed he didn't have 10k, and now he's doing just a TP run any percent, and he's gonna reset.
Oh.
Sad times.
Interesting choice to deviate from the category to try for a different speed run. Maybe he needed to vent a bit, to cool down a bit from all shortcuts and do something else.
Did he get that teleport jetpack and was just like, I can't, I just gotta use it. I gotta run free.
I mean, he had it for a while, and I was watching on the other player there while he was going through it, and he was just zipping through rooms, and it's like beep beep beep, and it's just like it was phenomenal.
Oh,
And then
Group's
just
found a
like
teleport.
going through. Oh, his group got one too.
Yeah.
Oh,
just
yeah.
finished the bit though.
Oh.
Yeah.
And now it's everyone in dwelling.
Well, what we'll do, all our runners are currently heading through the dwelling at the moment. Twiggle is in the, I believe, heading down the hired hand route right now. So let's have a look and see if...
I'm sorry to interrupt, but
Yeah, go.
DT is 15 seconds ahead into key split on his own record, so maybe we should watch that instead.
And go for it. Yep, let's go. DT
Yeah, this is
coming
looking
through.
amazing.
Yeah, he's in dwelling, but with a key, so that is
Yeah, all key split.
a recce pace.
That is actually a Reiki base as well, because
Yeah, absolutely.
DT is currently timing against the world record and is 1466 ahead. So on pace for a very good time here. So having a look, potentially, if this goes well, stays around that 14.6 second lead right now with a cape and a key and the jump boots in Volcano.
Yeah, that's a hell of a loadout.
It's a good loadout. We've seen this before, though. We've seen this before coming down in the Ice Cave. And then Ice Cave had someone for... Well, it wasn't Ice Cave itself. It was the next area.
Oh, no.
Did the key go in the lava?
The key went in the lava.
The key went in lava. That's...
Oh, oh, God, the pain of it. Oh, my God. I feel it in my bones.
It's like
Yeah.
the moment you saw DT's face there, the pause and the smile on the face is like, that's a, I should not have done that, a smile.
So he's trying to hit the beetle with the key, and then just like miss through it a little bit, hit the lava.
Damn. Here goes this golden opportunity to break the record live, actually.
Indeed. Well, that's what we're aiming for. We're aiming to see these records being broke live. That is the name of the event. That is the point of the event. We want these runners to try and break that record live, you know? It is showcasing exactly what speedrunning is. This is what speedruns are. You get to see these games at marathons. You get to see them at showcases, showing off what these games can be like. But this is what streamers, and speedrunners specifically, tend to stream. This grinding process, this moment of trying to be the best, trying to set down these record times. And Break the Record Live just aims to showcase that process and capture that lightning in a bottle and record it for everybody to see, you know? Like, it's a really good idea, and I really like the format.
Yeah, I love this Shortcuts plus Tiamat format, because it just requires just a really show of mastery of the game, and not just one part of the game, like really the entirety of the game, and it kind of shows that Spelunky, like, you have to be able to handle situation after situation and seed after seed. Like, these guys can't just get lucky on one seed. They're like playing the same things over and over. It's like an absolute show of mastery of Spelunky 2.
It really is. We're going to switch over to Twiggle. Twiggle coming up towards the end, I believe. They're currently sitting on the key split, getting that shortcut unlocked. They are 33 seconds behind their current time at the moment, but that can change here. We might see a good Tiamat fight coming out.
Yes, he's now in Untitled. Just found a jetpack, which might make his life easier in Neo Babylon, or be his doom. Get his fog trap.
It should
So
certainly
risk
make...
reward.
It should certainly make Ice Cave a little bit easier.
Yes.
Whoa, I see that enemy.
Sadly, though, I think beating 1723 now seems very unlikely. He will deliver the key at like 1610, and that would mean getting like 1 minute and 10 seconds for the whole Tiamat thing. I think it will be a bit short, sadly. Still a great run. He would need insane Neo Babylon levels.
Need
to
them
make it.
quick ones. Need to be very careful about those elevators as well.
Oh, that was a good UFO crash.
Yeah, wrong side, sadly. The exit is on the right. Ooh.
Good squeak through though. That jetpack paying off.
Ugh, this is a maze.
Yep, those are
Back
not excellent Neo Babylon levels.
Oh my god, and again, that's so rough.
The full snake, no! Yep.
Oh, and again, really?
Wow, double 3 lasers? That's a rare one.
So unlucky.
It's like, he needs excellent Neo Babylon levels and he gets the worst.
The literal worst.
Now there's the shotgun picked up, so we will be seeing shotgun strats on Tiamat.
Yep, definitely safer than bombs. Also, he has only 3, so he couldn't do it with bombs anyway.
Is shotgun always faster than bombs?
I'm not sure it's faster. It's safer, clearly, and easier.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say faster. With bombs, you can like do 3 at a time with one whip, and then throw one. Yeah, it's definitely not faster. But after an 18 minutes run, I can understand wanting to go for the safer option.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there we go. That's a run finish there. A run coming through for Twiggle there.
Not a PB, but still a very solid run. 18 minutes.
To see him finish it.
Not many people have 18 minutes as their PB.
Yeah, right, exactly.
I short
Amazing.
dogs. Oh, looks like Krill is on a pretty nice pace here.
That's a really nice jetpack play by Krill a minute ago. A lot of dodging around fire.
Yeah, he's now ahead of his PB. Shall we switch to him?
To him?
To Krill.
The Krill.
Yes, let's go for it. And another really awesome thing right now as well, it's just the fact that we've got our runners currently running through, and hopefully later on tonight we'll get to see all 7 runners going at the same time, seeing them all trying to better those times going down. So Krill coming through.
It's a really interesting perspective watching everybody play at once, because usually you're sucked into like one player and living their dream, and then to see kind of more of like how Spelunky rolls out over the average is kind of an interesting way to look at it.
Well, see, that's what I'm liking here. Is like we're looking at all these runners right now, and Krill is the only one that is like 5 minutes into a run. The closest one is Groom, like sitting 2 minutes, but the rest of them are all just kind of starting out another fresh run here, you know. And it's down to the category being like a short, quick speed run. So it's like you are going to see these early resets, you are going to see these quick setups just going back and forward. But it makes it that more hype when you see somebody get a couple of minutes into a run, you know?
Wow, things have gotten tricky for Krill now since that weapon disappeared into the lava. So I guess hoping for a shop at this point.
Yep, and he doesn't find it. Sad story.
Ugh, bad luck.
And just like that, the run ends and you get sent back to the beginning.
That's why everyone spent so much time in the so much time in the dwelling.
Life of a speedrunner. Yeah, now this time it's for real. Everyone back to the dwelling.
It is for real. So shall we let's take a look at shall we have a look at Heck there?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Been a while.
So just getting started underway, and we will see. Bless this bless RNG, bless the run, please. We don't want any shenanigans. Come on. We gotta balance out this commentator's curse that we've been giving people.
Yeah,
I don't believe in the commentator's curse, but if I did, I'd be saying we're doing it a lot.
This run is commentator blessed.
I'm lighting candles. The shrine is active. Yeah, I mean, it's always really impressive to me how Spelunky manages to find new, very obscure ways to ruin your runs. And that's kind of a lot of the genius of this game comes from its ability to just find very creative ways to challenge you.
Yeah, even after thousands of hours of speedrunning, you still find yourself dying in a new, stupid way all the time, and that's so great. Well, it was true in Spelunky. I haven't played thousands hours of Spelunky 2 yet.
Sure, we'll all get there.
You gotta get those wonderful "that's never happened before" moments, you know?
Yep.
You gotta wonder though, you're saying it brings out all these different new ways that the game can creatively kill you and things like that. It's gotta be hard to have balanced the game around that as well, you know? Like making sure something isn't taking too much fun away from the game or is making it too easy. Like you gotta try and slot them all in together like a really intricate jigsaw.
Oh, this jetpack's a nice find. Yeah, I mean, certainly from a game design perspective, to me, Spelunky is one of the games. Spelunky is my favorite game ever, but it's also one of the games that, from a design perspective, I actually understand the least. Maybe there's a bunch of stuff in Spelunky that I don't really understand why it just sticks to my brain so hard. Oh man, that was great dodge from the shopkeeper. But Derek and Mickey have done a super good job with Spelunky too. Oh, come on.
Yeah. What's great to me about Spelunky is that like Spelunky 2 had a couple like balancing patches of fixing this, like removing some moles and some lizards from the dwelling and stuff. Like the fact that Spelunky came out as perfectly great and so rich on like directly is it's quite crazy to me. And that it didn't need those post-launch fixes, as far as I know, to be so balanced and.
I mean, the Spelunky 2 patch stuff have been like,
Oh, the teleport! Like I knew what was happening there. Trying to get up to that ghost urn, and just it's like I'm gonna go for it, and nope, it's like right in the wall there.
Just the risk level on that teleport so high.
Indeed, very high.
Yeah, need a break. I can understand why.
Ouch.
Walking away from that. And on that bombshell, on that unfortunate teleport, we are going to segue. We are going to slide our way over to a quick 3-minute break here. I'm also going to be swapping out as well. I'm going to be handing over to fellow host Boy the Hero. He's going to be coming in. He's going to be taking over alongside Colin and Vlad here for the next couple of hours. But of course, again, big shout outs to our event sponsors here for this Break the Record live event. Spelunky 2, sponsored by Kaspersky and Mossmouth as well. Thank you for helping make these events happen, allowing us to put on these amazing shows. And so yeah, folks, get yourself a drink, get yourself get a snack, stand up, stretch those legs. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
Ladies and gents, welcome back to Break the Record Live. We're here with Spelunky 2 doing the All Shortcuts and Tiamat category. My name is Bo the Hero, and I'm joined by Colin, Northway, and Vlad. We'll be taking you through the next bit, the next few hours, I guess, of action, as we are hitting, I think, roughly around the halfway point for today's event. I will bring up the leaderboard so you can see how the standings are looking thus far. There's a $3,000 prize pool at play for our first event of the weekend, All Shortcuts and Tiamat. So in first place is the current world record holder, DT, with a 1540. And he'll be taking home $1,000 if it stays like that as we go forward. As I say, we're hitting the halfway mark, so action's really heating up. Time is running out for our players to get that run in. Let's see what they can do. Vlad, Cole, it's over to you guys.
Thank you. Hello again, everyone.
Yeah, hey. Still, yep. Well, back. Right. We were talking about that. Yep. Let's play some Spelunky. Hectique just had that, that super rough, threw a bomb at Quilliam and then accidentally blew herself up. That was such a painful moment to watch during the introduction.
Just how it goes sometimes, isn't it? It's just
That's absolutely how it goes. That is like Spelunky all over it.
Yep. Now the brand new run.
I think sometimes you just want to get those like crap runs out of the way. There's nothing wrong with like a death, because like it reminds you of how much you can't rush this game. So you kind of you get frustrated, you lose a run, you rush another one, you die. You know what? Get back into that strong headspace and then go again. That's another death.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's gotta be super hard for streamers because you say you don't rush, but I mean, you gotta be moving so fast through all of these, and I mean, you can't be at your comfort level.
Yeah.
Since the threats are like so coming out of like every direction and all the time.
Oh, I just noticed, actually, looking down, Twiggle is on one hell of a screamer of a run right now. Actually, I might want to jump over
wow.
to Twiggle, because that is looking like 105 ahead after, I believe, I think the second to last thing. So they've got to do key now, and then all the way down to the bottom, and they're 1 minute and 5 ahead.
That's a take the lead pace.
Wow, a minute. That's astounding.
What?
Yeah.
No, he used the wrong shortcut. That's a very bad time waste here for Twiggle.
Oh, okay.
Still in a good pace, but he needed to use the main door, and he went for the level 3 shortcuts instead. So that's like 15 seconds down the drain.
Yeah, it does sometimes happen, but that is quite the pace. I think we'll see this one out to. Oh, hello, what's going on here?
Yeah, amazingly, he's got the 15 seconds to spare.
Did his game crash or something?
Oh no!
Yeah.
What? Don't do it.
Yeah, I'm just saying, what's going on here with the? That is.
Oh no!
Okay.
Twiggle Spelunky.
Is that a
Game
thing?
crashed. Yeah, just confirmed it in the Discord.
Okay, run.
So that is
okay.
disgusting. Wow.
That is disgusting. That is unfortunate. I did say that we'll follow that one until completion. So,
Well, yeah, Spelunky's always finding new ways to wreck your run.
yeah, it is how it goes. Unfortunately. Okay, then instead we'll have to find someone else to jump to. Is it who haven't we seen for a while on stream actually?
How about Group or BC? We haven't seen BC in a long time, I believe.
Okay. I think Blue Cadet -3 is our target for now, starting a brand new run, so we can see it from the beginning.
New run.
Yeah, it's
Fantastic.
okay. We'll see it from the beginning. It's all good. But it's always nice to catch a fresh run. We'll keep our eyes on Krill on the side, just because Krill is 24 seconds behind PB, but that is.
Yeah, doing a jungle run. I love it.
Yeah. On pretty good, but we'll keep our eyes on that. But for now, we'll stick with BC. Just, as you mentioned, haven't had too much of them on the main screen. It's always nice to see. And Groomp as well. Groomp was having some issue with live split earlier, but they have it all fixed now. So we'll probably be able to jump in and see Groomp for a little bit. But we'll just see how this opening stuff for BC goes. So I mean, I guess we'll get through to 1-4. One of those kind of updates to everyone if you're just joining us. We're currently running the All Shortcuts and Tiamat category of Spelunky 2, which requires our runners to do unlock all 3 shortcuts, which requires 3 completions of 1-4, 3-1, and 4-4, with different objectives in mind each time. So the split names will be those objectives that need to be met and delivered upon completing that area. So first you want to clear 1-4, get to the bottom with 2,000 gold in hand. And then you can give that over to Mama Tunnel, and she'll, ask for something else. So we need 1 bomb this time, etc., etc. Nice and easy. If you're just joining us and you're not quite sure what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah, and what just happened was that 2K delivery, and now he's gonna go for a bomb. One thing that I would like to point out is that that plus 13 can sound like it was a bad first split, but actually all of these players have teleporter runs as their first split in the PB, so 107 is actually a pretty solid first split considering no teleporter. So
Okay.
now to the teleporter, and also he survived. Good.
You feel forgiven. He's decided to stop chasing. So yeah, there are different things that our runners are looking for as well. Like there's things that are important and less important to kind of get done, and it's things like when it comes to doing 1-1-1-4, there'll be different items that are going to be looked for or grabbed. So and different ways to kind of get through. Some are just complete runs. If you don't need any money and you just need to get a bomb or a rope, or for example, it's just get down as quick as you can. Don't use any resources, but you might be able to grab items in certain areas. But generally, runners just kind of going to be going as fast as they can. But building up resources can really help for those longer stretches. So certain things for the key split, for example, it's one of the longest splits in the game because there's a key that you need to take all the way down to 4-4, but you get it in World 1. So you have to go through all this segment with this key, and then hopefully if you have any money you can get an item that's going to help you get through. Grab those there, but that won't always be a priority for the runners.
Yeah, there's such a nice build-up and excitement in these runs, because they start off and it's like, oh, there's not a ton on the line. You've got short levels, and then by the time you're doing key, you're going through the entire game, and you've got a ton of good runs behind you you don't want to throw away.
Yeah, Krill lost their run over there. They're back into a new one, minute in, slightly ahead after the 2K split. Yeah, I think I've been talking about it with everyone who I've kind of commentated with before, and it's always nice to bring up for any newer viewers. But the really interesting thing about Spelunky 2 right now, as a speedrun, but also as a break the record event, is that it's very reactive style speedrunning rather than a planned and then active approach to everything. You have to respond to what you're seeing. What items can you find or have you found? What is your current objective, and then how are the other maps appearing as they go, because they're procedurally generated maps in true roguelike fashion.
I love watching Spelunky speedrunners, because traditional speedrun it's an amazing talent. It's like watching a virtuoso piano player, but man, Spelunky speedrunners, they're like perfect jazz musicians. They are always coming up with new ideas as you're watching.
Yeah, that kind of improvisation of it all, it's a key aspect of this game for sure. Because of course there are things like one thing I've noticed as well from playing the game in preparation for this is I was noticing particular patterns occurring from just within the game. There were just things that I was aware of. So certain tile sets would always kind of appear in certain areas on certain maps, so you'd get used to at least specific parts of it, so then you could deal with certain elements here and there. You can even make some predictions, like the way the level generation in Spelunky works is there are kind of like rooms, the idea of rooms, so those are like chunks of authored level that are just under the size of one screen. So by looking at kind of the left side of a couple of tiles what the room will be, so you can know what the screen on your left or your right or above you, below you is going to look like. And then after you start getting used to those, then you can kind of get some intuition for how rooms connect together. So I don't know actually in the speedrunner community how intentional people are about this. If people have written who try to systematize which room leads to which room, but I find playing that I just get weird oh okay, yeah, I know this room tends to lead to open rooms on the right, so there's a good chance that that's going to lead somewhere. But how systematic are people about that, and how much is it just come a gut feeling stuff thing?
I think there, to my knowledge, there is no shared data of how this works. It's really after some practice, it gets very instinctive. You just feel, you had the feeling that the room under is going to be that, or that folding at such a specific position will be safe to get your ledge grab, or that there will not be such enemy here. But there are so many different possibilities that it would be hard to get a systematic knowledge base of that, and it really comes more to instinct, at least in my practice.
Yeah, it's probably the solution. It's so huge, it's probably impossible to literally write it all down. But that is an amazing feeling after you've played enough, and you just get these twiggles in your brain that oh, it's just I know it's this way. I don't know how I know it, but it's definitely this way.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that you'll start. I at least I appreciate a lot more watching at this point, where it's I found myself when I was playing it understanding where certain things were. So I was kind of right, I can do this. And now when I see runners just slam through a screen, I'm like, well, of course they know where it is because of these. Because I'm seeing it. Them kind of put the dots together, or line the dots up kind of thing, which is really, really interesting about this design.
Yeah, it's always going to be calculated risk though, so you still see these streamers who are so good at Spelunky and they'll still end up down a blind corner.
Yeah, it has happened a few times today for sure. Looks like, is that going to be? Yeah, I think he's going to reset that one there for Blue Cadet, so
Hectic's got a really good run going. Just delivered the mount onto the 50k with like a screamer time.
Okay, yeah, you're right. I think that'd be a better shout actually, because Groom's just reset again. Does have a teleporter though, so he's gonna go through that. Let's jump over to Hectic then. Currently in Tideball, an interesting one. So yeah, we were talking about this earlier, and we can bring it up again here. Is that we have when you complete the third part of any shortcut, clear, you can go into the next shortcut immediately. And so the mount, which is the third requirement, getting to the end of 3-1 with a mount in hand, is the third requirement for the second shortcut. So you can go straight into 50k, which is the first requirement for Tideball. So you can build up resources going through World 2, rather than just having to try and grind it out in 4-1, which is not bad, but it kind of like means that you can just scream through this entire area, which does have,
screaming through it, just screaming.
It is nuts good for Heck.
Wow, yeah, especially because the going from mount to 50k, because if you die and then you have to build up the 50k again, that's going to be just cost payment for that.
Yeah, indeed. So next one is hired help. So again, there are if you see any coffins shaking, there will be friends in there. And,
so this will be my first time. I have never actually watched a speedrunner do the hired help shortcut before, so this will be my first time watching. I'm super curious to see it happen, because as a more casual player, hired help was definitely the trickiest delivery for me. Just oh no! Oh God.
That was clutch. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, I think it was early enough that it doesn't matter so.
Yeah,
that was really unfortunate.
Since he was so far ahead before the splits, it makes sense to keep going. But that was painful.
Rough.
Yeah. So
here's a coffin.
The biggest tricky thing with the hired help is that they're very active, and they're actually very good at being aggressive. But the thing is, they can be over aggressive and get themselves killed. So you'll see most runners just kind of like put them somewhere and then like throw them down, or either as Hectic does here, just grab them and run them along with you. Or sometimes you can just like lay them down and they'll fall asleep and just become inactive for a bit.
Yeah, it's hard though, because the sleep thing isn't necessarily reliable unless people have figured out a more reliable way to have them sleep.
Well, like if you drop them, they will run for a bit and then sleep for a while, like 20 seconds or something along those lines. Unless an enemy comes close, or some events can wake them up as well. So you have to be careful to drop them in a place where they will not get disturbed.
So you're just hoping to get through the level in like 20 seconds before they hit their wake up time.
Yeah.
Quite a good floor.
Ooh!
Okay,
what a rain of enemies!
Fun to watch. This is amazing.
The thing that's interesting about that is that there is a bit of time loss there, and yeah, so he managed to not like mitigate the time loss quite a lot by having a fairly good 4-3 and 4-4 there. They were really quick, just getting down. So this is the big one. This is the big split. The final part of the shortcut here is to get the key on either 1-2 or 1-3 and run that all the way down.
Yeah, I gotta go all the way.
Not die. The hard parts. Yeah.
Luckily, though, you can go straight into the next bit, so you can build up an arsenal that's going to hopefully get you through Ice Caverns and Neo Babylon, which is...
Yeah, so would it be a good strategy? Are you looking for a shop to rob early here, or do you just basically kind of go as fast as possible, low percent style?
Like, you obviously look for the shop, but you're, I think, never going to reset for a specific shop. So if there is no shop, then, just so be it, and you keep pushing. You can't just spend time returning for a TP. Yeah, go ahead.
Having telepack here is really good, just because it will be fast. Compass at least tells you where your door is, so it's
Compass is nice for speed.
Compass is excellent. Oh no, that is not excellent though.
Man, it is unfortunate. I mean, with the 1817 event PB, his actual PB is 1810, but still on pace for something good. I think. Yeah, still looking at like a low 16. Well, I mean, we'll see afterwards how much time loss is here, but yeah, because there's a big chunk of time loss coming.
Yeah, I believe he can still beat his PB, not by a lot probably, like a good key split with no telepack will take you 4-ish minutes, maybe a bit more, and a decent Neo Babylon plus ice is like 1:30 to 2 minutes. So that would bring us around the 18-minute mark. But of course, it's all just averages and stuff, and it can be way better or way worse, depending on how RNG is looking for heck.
Yeah. I think as well, like, you know, you can get to the point. You know, it is a long day of grinding this over and over and over again. So it's very easy to kind of suddenly realize, oh, I haven't completed a run in a while. I've been doing a lot of grinding of the earlier levels. I need to just get some hands-on time with the later stages, just to keep yourself warm for that kind of stuff. Because as we've definitely seen, Neo Babylon is a lot. I think is the easiest way to put that. It's a lot.
Yeah. It's also good on the psychological side to get a finish, even if it's not a PB, to just like, you know, reassure yourself, and it feels good to finish a run, I'd say.
Oh,
So
yeah.
there's that.
Yeah, it's so hard if you have like nothing in the bank and it's getting late in the day.
Oh, that's a dangerous situation. Oh,
Number 2!
that dodge was amazing. That dodge was a real danger.
Super good play.
Really, really well done.
Still keeping an eye on Twiggle as well, who's currently on a pretty good pace. Was minus 122 after hired help split, but losing time right now, 31 seconds ahead. They're looking to get a sub 16 when they are done here, as they make their way down ice caverns.
Oh yeah, it's a PB base into the last split. That's very exciting for Twig.
There's that big skip there.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
Yeah,
When they get down to
3-0,
6-3, I
got a
think
bit
we'll
of a
jump over.
buffer.
When Twiggle hits 6-3, we'll jump over to Twiggle to see the finale of their run. There's the finale of their run. Full damage
no.
into mine. Let's go.
He's still in
true.
time to improve his event PB, probably.
I think he can still jump in to like go to the 5-1 shortcut and
Yeah.
go from there.
Yeah, if he doesn't die, he will still beat his event PB. Probably not the actual PB. Oh, maybe. Uh-oh. Wrong side for Twig. But Heck is about to deliver the key 40 seconds ahead of his PB.
Yeah, looking pretty good. Yeah.
Despite
Really
all
solid.
that. That's amazing.
Yeah. So yeah, that was with that really tricky world one. If you can figure that if he just gets like one good world one on key split, you know, and just runs the rest through, then there's some serious time potential for Heck later on.
Man, these heck runs are just so fun to watch. Just like really on it, really on top of everything.
Alright. Let's pray for a good Neo Babylon. Happens sometimes.
Two ropes, 2 bombs.
Yeah, he will need to get the shotgun probably from
Oh right, didn't bring a mine with.
one of the goons.
So what's the strategy if you don't bring a? So if you bring a mine from the previous level, then you can just drop it onto the goon, and then it'll blow up and drop the shotgun with no danger. So without a mine, what is the strategy to get the shotgun?
You could like cook a bomb and throw it at the guy to explode at the perfect time.
Yeah, and probably the lower one, not the higher one, right?
It looks like Heck
Yeah.
is skipping the
It's more
the shotgun.
convenient. No,
Well,
he-
there's two. There's always 2 goons in each level. There's one
Yeah.
at the entrance and one at the exit.
and the bottom one
That
is easier
was
to aim at.
beautiful cook.
Yeah, really well done. And now time for Tiamat. Oh my, this is gonna be a PB for
Man, this is
Heck.
excellent.
It's got one rope as well. That's good.
One bomb to the top of the
Gonna go-
perfect use of resources.
Gonna go for the safe one as well. Just stand really far back and fire and pray and spray. Yeah, spray and pray. And
down
looks
she
like
goes.
Gosh.
17-20.
Let's go. Very good stuff there from Hectique. Moving themselves up the leaderboard a little bit ahead of Twiggle now, who's currently their best time is a 17:23. So yeah, Hectique
Man,
got the
it's
run.
such style. So fun to watch.
Yeah. That is a not just an event PB, but an actual PB. So
Yeah,
let's go.
Wow, that was just astounding.
it's crazy considering how many times he died in the key split in the dwelling.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
actually
and
having
then
a look at
didn't
that.
didn't lose it mentally after that too. Like kept it together, had like super solid play after a couple of bum runs.
Yeah, so the key split difference is 1 minute and 6 between goals and what he got there. So there's a good minute. There's a 3 minute on key split. Well, free quote unquote. There is a minute on key split. So yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
Twiggle
Twiggle
finishes.
got another decent time, but not a good time, but not quite good enough to beat his PB here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we currently have.
Wow,
DT
yeah, nice
taking
2 runners
the ball.
finishing back to back.
Yep.
Something in the air.
Yeah. With that, actually, we haven't seen Groom for a while, so we've watched an entire run coming out from Hectic. So that's some good stuff. Let's make sure we can get Groom on screen because he's been having some trouble with the old live split, but it's looking good now. So yeah, Groom
Yep.
has
Into
a
a
pretty strong PB with a 16:33. Overall PB, not event PB.
Oh, picked up a bunch of bombs somewhere along the way.
I'm just having a look here at where Group's time save is.
Oh no!
down he goes.
That hurts.
Group's time save appears to be in weapon split. There's about 50 seconds available to Groom on the weapon split. So second run through of World 2.
Yeah. So what percentage of the time of a total run is spent in these early levels? What's the how necessary is it to have really good runs early on? So it's like 2K plus. So for group, it's like 2K plus 1 bomb plus 10K is like 5. It's like 6 minutes of 60 minutes of the whole run. So I guess it actually is really important to have a good couple of levels. So aggressive restarts early probably makes tactical sense to make use of your time that you have during the day.
Yeah, I would say it's not very important to get super fast first levels. You can get a mediocre start and still get a great time. But since it's early and resetting costs less, they tend to play more aggressively on these early splits. Hence why they die more.
I guess there's also the question of typical variance in times too. That I mean, if you get, if you're for 2K, obviously improvement of, if you double that time from 10 to 30 seconds, it's not anywhere near as if you improve your time on key by a little bit. Like if you get a teleporter on key, that's going to have a way bigger impact than pretty much anything else in the rest of the run, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's another way I like these. I like these time limited format. Like, it's what can you manage to pull up in a day, rather than you kind of have the infinite time until the heat death of the universe to make your plans, because you got to be thinking strategically the whole time. You're not gonna you're not grinding for key teleporters or anything, because you got to be using every run like this could be the run that makes your day.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm not sure how much specific grinding for key teleporter runs goes on these guys' daily streams, but yeah, it does add some tension.
Yeah, because how much you've dedicated, what you put in, I don't know, I guess 20 minutes? How long does it take to get to key? I'm pretty bad at basic math. Just trying to add numbers together. Yeah, so you put in 40 minutes or something to get to that point, I guess, eh?
It's 10 to 12 minutes, I'd say, into the key splits on an average good run for these players.
Yeah, I'm counting these numbers totally wrong.
Yeah, 40 minutes is you finish your run twice, typically.
Yeah. 40 minutes, that's how long it takes me to get to Cosmic Ocean.
Oh, TP for Groomp. And Compass too.
Oh wow, what a great combination.
Yep. That was a bit of an unfortunate fall at the end there, but more fear than harm.
Yeah, hopefully keep it limited to just that one.
Yeah. Ugh.
Oh, well played.
Yep. Okay, he's going left here.
Oh, I like the use of the bomb just to get rid of the bones to get one layer, just to get one layer deep to hit that teleporter.
Yeah, 50 seconds is a very solid time, even for compared to the average teleporter run on these 2K splits. Really well done. And a jetpack now, wow. He's not going for it though.
I was chatting away with you guys for a while and just realised that I was muted the whole time. Let's go. Shout out. Now none of you would have heard my really interesting additions to the commentary. Dear oh dear. So here's a fun fact for you, Cole. When I first started this game, the character I went to, oh, you know it.
Oh yeah, the best character?
Oh yeah, absolutely. The absolute king himself.
Yeah, the most handsome.
Oh yeah.
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 I think
Thanks to
I'm,
the facial hair. I couldn't not.
Yeah, I think I'm slightly better known for my own games than I am for being in Spelunky, but it's definitely a thing I have to. I feel like I'm motivated in my professional life to outrace my Spelunky fame. It's like something that makes me a little hungry.
Well, the bar's been set, mate. There you go. Good luck.
Yeah. But definitely when I'm at I'm at PAX or something and somebody's like, "Oh, are you Colin Northway?" I'm like, "Oh, really? Yeah, you recognize me. That's cool. I am." I'm like, "You're in Spelunky, right?" I'm like, "Yes, that's true. I am in Spelunky."
Yeah. Right. Okay. Not quite what I had in mind when you came to me, but I'll take it. Yeah.
Yeah, I am. Right. Totally. I'm super excited to be in Spelunky. I love being in Spelunky. And that's just because I was friends with Derek and I played a ton of the original game. And then my wife Sarah and I were doing a lot of traveling while he was working on HD. So I think he got the idea that I was a good fit for the game. And also the facial hair is such a good character.
Yeah. If you got it, flaunt it, right? That's what they say.
Yeah. If you grow a big red beard, you should definitely grow a big red beard.
Let's go for it. So looking over at Group's run, plus 3 seconds after that entire first area, as we know, like it's quite tight for Group. So going even with that, really, really solid stuff. The splits that we're looking at, the rope one is got 21 seconds here for this particular split, and then afterwards 50 seconds for the weapon split. So if these two splits here go really cleanly, we're looking at upwards of like a minute ahead. So
wow, nice job.
Yeah, he's getting all the shops. Actually, it's his third speed shop this run so far in 3 minutes.
It's a superpower today.
Really cool stuff.
Man, but yeah, the jetpack is scary in this area because flammable.
Oh, that's. Is it faster than using all mech?
That was super
Probably.
fast. That's got to be faster.
That was indeed quite fast.
Okay. That's 11 seconds of it, so we're in the green, and this is the big one for Group now.
Nice pickup.
Oh yes. Time to go get a weapon from Tan, most likely, and bring it to the end of a 3-1. Shotgun split used to be a big risk point in Spelunky. All shortcuts was all mech runs, and now I say this weapon split is a bit more chill.
What do you think people used to get shotgun instead of the crossbow?
No, I said like in the first Spelunky, it was a mandatory shotgun.
Yes.
So there was a chance of not getting one in the jungle, and you had to rob shopkeepers often. It was more dangerous.
Okay. So looks like Group's found. Yep, there you go. He gets the crossbow, and off he goes. So his weapon's in hand. We got Blue Cadet taking a break, so they're going AFK over there. Hectique just resetting. So Twiggle, okay, wow. So yeah, looking at the two splits right now, or the two runs, Groomp finished rope 4:11, Twiggle had a 4:10, and then weapon of 5:46 for Twiggle. So weapon split at 5:46, and then whatever we're going to get here for.
Yeah, that would be far away from.
The split afterwards, however, Twiggle is now a minute and a half ahead because he had a right tear through of the mount. So yeah, 3 seconds between them after weapon, but ooh, Twiggle looking good.
Yep. Juicy pace for Groom too, 14 seconds ahead now.
Mm-hmm. Still a fair chunk of time to save on that split for him, but yeah, it's just how quickly can you get down there? Okay. So you can see, preparing for the 50k, there was a ghost chest which has like one of the rarest gems in the game nearby the exit. Made sure to grab it because preparing money for after the mount split is done, running straight through.
Yep, same for this middle here. Yes, scenes with 0 mounts in the entirety of Volcano are pretty rare, but I guess they do happen. Let's hope Groomp is not in such a case.
Oh, so stressful.
Yeah, 2-3 and no mount.
Bunch of cash.
I think I would call mount the most stressful split for me.
It's because of not knowing.
Yeah, for that reason, and rock dogs being so dangerous to approach.
Man, what tragedy!
Yep.
So much good about that run. Great start into saving a good chunk of time. Yeah. Twiggle though is on Thunder Road right now. God damn. Right, hired hand on 4-3.
Can't keep track of them.
Oh mate, there's a lot. Don't worry.
Oh no, the hired hand I meant. Just can't grab like hired hand. Just keep trying to grab.
Okay. And when Twiggle gets through this segment, we'll probably jump over to watch this key split because it is the big one. Here we go. Okay, so 51 seconds ahead. Let's jump over to Twiggle and watch this key split. It's kind of cool because you pretty much do the entire dungeon in one. Like, the entire thing is just here. And it's like, let's go.
Yeah, Q1 is super fun to watch. Especially because there's so much built up behind it. There's like so much invested in this run now.
The change of character as well earlier. Go for Alto. Beast.
Well, here's the key. Is he skipping the key? He didn't see the key.
Oh no, did it go past?
Yeah.
I think he saw it last minute.
Okay, thank God.
Oh wow, yeah. That's a time waste, but at least it's not a oh no, where's my key? I missed it. Moments that happened a lot in Spelunky 1.
Oh, it's just saving the 0 ropes. Oh my God, that was great. Wow.
Yeah.
That's rough stuff. Oh my God. Right, yeah, because he had to use the ropes to go back up. That was unfortunate.
Yeah, still not a great situation to be in. No ropes to Untitled Chapter either. So
Oh no.
Wait, what was the thinking behind the playing with the present there?
Like normally you use a rope to aggro the shopkeeper, so he tried something else.
Right, he had no rope.
Because he had no ropes.
Right, 0 ropes just like ended that run. That was really sad.
Yeah.
Going a little bit too fast and just missed the information coming in. But yeah, it's one of those things where it suddenly kind of clicked. Oh crap! There's the key.
Yeah, I'm impressed that it somehow twigged that he had left the key up higher. Could that be like Dream let him know, or?
No, I think it's because he probably saw the chess room and was like, oh, the key's in this level, I can't leave.
Yeah. The dance with Quilliam.
Yep, nicely done. What's his pace like now?
And yeah, not having a rope to kill the shopkeeper or the rob the shopkeeper is a good example of you need just like random alt strategies in your back pocket for when things go weird directions.
Throwing the key in World 2.
I think that rope strat for shopkeeper is just so convenient that we have not spent as much time looking for alternative strategies for shopkeeper
for
robbery.
Things.
In Spelunky 1, we know a billion different approaches to aggro shopkeeper depending on what resources you have. But in Spelunky 2, I think it's mostly just everyone resorts to the rope things. It's so convenient.
Yeah, or I guess if there's a pack of bombs or something in there, you could aggro shopkeeper and then let him. But wasn't lucky enough to have a shop. Whoa, man! You're racing the lava.
Oh. Interesting goal to spend your 4 bombs here. Instead of using all mech, because you might need those bombs later for Tiamat and Neo Babylon.
Yeah, he's just super confident.
I guess.
Yeah, the time is ticking away, sadly, from this one. Good lead met. It's seeming that he's just consistently getting loads of time save. Ooh.
And he crushed the key. That is so sad. Goodbye, key. You will be missed.
GG's.
Yep.
It's so fragile, man. The fact that it has to go so deep, and it's so fragile.
Yeah, you should just be glad Derek didn't make you bring an eggplant.
Changing character again. Okay.
Yeah, to Coco. The Vlad's Castle character.
Yeah, nice amounts of lore in Spelunky too. It's nice to see like more characters kind of related to each other in different ways.
You have all the little chat lines in the lobby. That's pretty cool.
Okay. As we are starting up another run, because that's GG's again for Twiggle there, I think it's a good time to take another break. So we'll be gone just shortly for about 3 minutes. And when we come back, we'll be continuing with more All Shortcuts and Tiamat. We are, we're about 6 hours, 45 minutes into this day. We've got just over 5 hours left before the last run can be started. And the final times will be decided and the prize money taken home. Once again, I want to thank our sponsors. First off, Kaspersky and Mossmouth. We have 2 prize pools for the 2 events: $3,000 for AST, and then $5,000 for Cosmic Ocean. So thank you so much to those, and also to our sponsor. I believe. Let me just get this one right, because I think I'm gonna get the name wrong, and I should have definitely prepared myself for this. ViewSonic Elite. I was going to say View Elite Sonic. No, it's ViewSonic Elite as well, because they've been supporting BETRL since the start. So, and it is almost a year since the first Break the Record Live. So, thanks to those guys for making this event happen. But yeah, we'll be back for 3 minutes. In 3 minutes, and then there'll be more action to see. So, thank you very much for watching thus far, and we'll be back in just a little while. Don't go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Break the Record Live. It's more Spelunky 2 going on today. All Shortcuts and Tiamat is the event of the day. A very, very short, sharp 15 to 20 minute run. Our runners have been going for about 6, almost 7 hours now, and we're coming up to the second half of our first day event. Once again, thanks to our sponsors for helping the event be possible. We've got Kaspersky and ViewSonic Elite. and then, of course, Mossmouth, the developers of the game, with a $3,000 prize pool for this one. And, of course, to Twitch as well. I believe we are currently on the front page, so thank you very much for everyone popping in and checking out the event. Break the Record Live is a 3-day event for a variety of different games, a new type of competitive speedrunning event. Where it's all about trying to, rather than doing races like one-on-one races and going through brackets, it's all about time trialing and championing the speedrunners method and process of just trying to get that best time, be it grinding, practicing segments, but the time is for our runners to use. My name is Bo the Hero, and I'm joined by Colin and Vlad, who are two members of the community who are helping me talk to you about this fine and very difficult roguelike platformer. How are you guys doing?
Pretty good. That was pretty amazing watching DT wrangle this mount. I don't think I've ever seen anybody work so hard for a mount before.
Yeah, it was 2-4, so yeah, it was his last choice. So he had nothing to do but just hope.
Just had to make it work, no matter how hard it was to tame that.
Yep, and now parting with it already. How sad.
Funnily enough, this kind of pace is still viable for DT to take, because he is currently the world record holder with a 14:52, which is absolutely insane to say. Sub 15 seconds for this category, with an event PB, or so the best time he set today is 15:40. So we are trying to break the records. That 14:52 is what DT and our other 6 runners are after, But yeah, the closest so far is at 15:40 by T. The second place competitor is Krill71 with a 15:47, so only 7 seconds behind that event time. And that 15:47 is Krill's actual PB. So yeah, people are, whilst there may not be records broken just yet, personal bests have been beaten today, and that's just as good.
Yep,
Wow.
and he just scored a gold on the 50k splits since like he already had like 47k after finishing the mount, so he was able to just breeze through tight pool without grabbing any money.
Well, I don't know if he breezed through Tide Pool. He had like 1 health at the end and was working as hard as he could to make it dramatic.
It was painful but fast.
Painful but fast.
And now time for the higher hands. Finds the coffin as usual.
Just gotta make sure that higher hand doesn't get too excited. Go run it off. Hit us in some spikes.
Yep.
Go to sleep, hired hand. Oh man, these octopuses are just a bane of his day.
Yeah, they're the
They are
worst.
a really annoying enemy.
Top reason why I'm scared of tight pool. For chip damage.
Mm-hmm.
Not grabbing Monty there. Content
Yeah,
with 2
he had
HP.
to. Yeah, I had to grab Monty in the previous level because he was down to 1 health and kept taking unfortunate damage. Cruising away now though.
Yeah, 2 HP is enough when you're T. Not anymore. Look at this.
Beautiful.
Oh my lord, what is
Only
that?
13
Plus 30.
seconds. Behind the Recce now. That's exciting.
Yeah, so that was like a big chunk of his time save. There was 30 seconds there, and he saved 18. So the thing is, this is now tricky because he's only got 10 seconds of time save for the key split, and then 15 for the final split. So he needs to go hell for leather here if he wants to have a chance of getting the world record. But this is definitely event PB pace and a half. This is so.
It's a telepack. It's the key telepack.
Oh, this got super
Oh
exciting.
boy, this could be the unbeatable world record forever, right?
Oh god. Oh my god, or he could end up in a wall.
Yeah. Here's the key.
There's 2 endings to this:
Two endings.
glory or a wall.
Oh man.
Ooh. He telefragged
Yeah,
big boy.
yeah.
Quill. Jeez.
Must be so stressful if you're T right now.
So much on the line. Yeah, look at his face. It's just like all focus. Good setups though.
my god.
So far, so good, but it can end any second.
I was in spike balls.
I was stressed just watching.
Oh,
Wow.
yes.
Nasty bottom there.
Sure. A moment to breathe at least. And then right back on the accelerator.
Is he switching to Jetpack? Yes, he is. Making probably a safer record now.
Yeah! Just bank the time he made.
That's a very smart call, I believe.
That's so good. It's also my blood pressure's going down.
Yeah, these are the kind of like decision-making things that we're talking about. You know, when you are aware of the risks that you're taking and the pace you're on, what can you do to mitigate the risk whilst also maintaining as much uptime? And this is
Yeah, it's that constant risk-reward balancing. And it's sweet that he got a chance to rebalance kind of mid-run.
Yeah.
4-4.
As long as he doesn't catch a spark trap in Neo Babylon.
It's like crazy RNG used right for a maximum efficiency.
Yeah.
What is that?
30 seconds ahead of the
Oh
world
my
record now.
That was a 3-minute flat. That was 2:59. That was a sub 3 key split. He just got a gold of 32 seconds.
Yeah. Now, just needs to pray for Neo Babylon not to be too rude, and we have a recce on our hands.
13 bombs. He doesn't even need to. He can skip a lot of Neo Babylon.
Yeah,
Oh my
definitely.
Oh,
You know, that kind of stuff is scary. Because if the flaming All Might touches you with the jetpack, it's death. It's not just one pot of damage. Okay, 2 more to go.
oh my word.
Almost there. Well, almost. Just an ocean of danger between some flying All Mights. Oh, yeah. Beautiful.
Okay.
That was a great one.
T's face is so.
Just here it is. Yeah, his face is just a picture of focus.
6-3 is always the longest and most dangerous level in the Babs. Oh, that's
Oh
wrong
man.
with the
Oh,
broadcast.
I can't see now.
Yeah, me neither.
Okay, it's okay. Yeah, he's looking good. Time is slowly ticking away though for the win. He's had quite a slow
Yeah.
one.
Here's the exit.
He's in.
Number
Okay.
Tiamat. Yeah, it will be very close.
Okay.
One
What's
way or
it looking
another.
like?
Yes, he did it!
Yeah. Oh my god!
goodness!
He broke the record live!
Yeah!
DT!
DT, what a legend!
13 seconds in the end. He beats the world record by bloody Nora. That is 5 for 5. 5 break the record live. 5 broken world record.
Wow, from such a deficit too.
Well, what a
Man,
perfect
yeah.
way to end for Colin and I.
Yeah. Thanks for timing
Yeah.
that so well, DT. So fun to watch. Unbelievable.
Oh, wow. What a run.
Wow.
Going against those early splits is going to be nice. Plus 47. But that key split is
Unbelievable.
going to be hideous to go against.
Yeah.
Wow.
Such such good balancing of risk and reward, and such skillful use of the teleporter backpack. Certainly the hardest item to use in the game.
Yeah. And that change from the telepack over to the jetpack as well. Like you were talking about that being such an incredible
smart.
decision.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
so smart just to make those gains.
and it paid off now. He has a record. Who knows if he would have died with the telepack?
Oh, so much more chance of, so much more
Yeah.
danger.
Hmm.
Yeah, to manage to dodge all the flaming All Mights and spark traps and lava falling from the ceiling and Neo Babylon.
Yeah.
Had great Neo Babylon runs.
Wow. And that, my friends, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everyone watching, is how you set a world record. You
Beautiful.
grind for 7 hours and leave it at that. No.
Yeah.
You learn as much as you can about a game, you grind that practice, and
Oh man, look at the. I love his smiles, just like the moments of relief.
Yeah.
Step 1, become the best player in the world. Step 2, grind for 7 hours.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
it's as easy as that. And that's how you set a world record. It's nothing more simple than that. So easy is speedrunning. No, incredible work there. Wow.
Yeah, just to see all that practice and all that skill come down to those, like, just a couple of amazing moments of play.
Yeah, what I'll do, I'll bring in our next caster. I'll just make sure that they're ready, and then I'll bring them in when they're good. But yeah, obviously, thank you very much for joining me, Vlad and Cole. I hope you've had a good time so far. I think this is the last time that you're casting today, Colin, but we'll see you tomorrow.
Yep, I'll be back Saturday. Thanks. I had a blast. That was super fun. I mean, obviously, watching these players play Spelunky is it's just like watching artists perform.
Indeed. So what I'll do, I'll drag Twin in now. Welcome our next community caster, Twin. Hello, welcome to the stream. How are you?
Hey, what's up? Sorry, I was still amazed by that world record that just DT just got. I'm shaking actually. I was like trying to follow a little bit what was happening, and it's one of the first completed run I actually watched.
There you go. Man. But so Colin, Vlad, sorry to have to move you along, but thank you very much for joining us. Vlad, we're going to see you later tonight, I believe, as well. Yes.
Yeah, thanks for having me tonight. I'm very excited about commenting some more of these amazing runs.
Cool, guys. Cheers. Take care now. Thank you. Okay, Twin. Let's talk Spelunky. We're gonna move away from DT because more runs are being done. So where do you want to go first? Who do you want to watch for a little bit?
Let's go with Twiggle. Is the one that has a 5 minutes run going. So probably the one that's we have to watch. Lots of resets, obviously, on Spelunky, All Shortcuts plus Tiamat, Spelunky 2, obviously. The game, probably my favorite game of 2020. Some good stuff happened during 2020, including that game. So a lot of stuff to do in the speedrun. Obviously, if you've been watching, you know that we have 9 objectives to complete, and Twiggle is currently trying to save that weapon and not drop it into the lava, as we've seen many times already. And say hello to Olmec. Very short and quick boss fight, as we completely ignore it. The bomb are super useful in Spelunky 2. I think they are even more useful than Spelunky 1. Lots of places where the runners know exactly how to bypass some of the bosses, especially with bombs. So resource management is very, very important. And now on to trying to find a mount, probably. The turkey is the easiest. Trying to get some money in case they can buy one. But it's very rare, though.
Yeah, one thing I've actually noticed as well is that there's very little use of the back layer, but I do know that like certain times you'll have like shops and stuff like that appear in the back layer too, which normally have like specific things that you can grab. So quite interesting. Obviously, it's like mad slow to go back there, so you never really want to do it. But are there have you ever seen like times when runners do just check the back layer if they're either aware that there's going to be a shot there and like make the read on the floor or something?
I'm not sure if that would be even worth doing, because like sometimes the shop just have like a single arrow and a rock to sell. So obviously like you take the risk of what is going to be sold. So I mean, if you find like a quick entry and you just like there trying to drop in, but those runners try to get like sub 15-minute times, and you don't really have the luxury to spend that kind of seconds. You'd rather just reset if you're at that kind of desperate need for a mount. So Twiggle got the rock mount, which is very dangerous because until it's tamed, it can like throw fireballs at you. And it's really easy to die to those guys, so great job by him. And then on to the next world. A very deadly one as well. You have like tons of things happening. Those doors that you have to open, or you can just bomb and try not to get like overflooded. The water physics is something pretty hard to deal with. Have we seen like anyone totally misplaced by the water and dying to it today?
I haven't seen any kind of like tragic losses from water. We've seen it kind of like hinder people a little bit, but never actually kind of like had deaths to it. So I guess, I mean, fingers crossed it doesn't happen. Sorry if anything happens to you now, mate. But no, so far it's been pretty solid.
Obviously, I want to like commentate curse myself, so I've been like pretty good at not doing any commentary curse. I've commentated a lot of speedrun in my organizations of many speedrun events, and usually I'm pretty good. Like it's just I'm here to bring good luck.
Confidence. I mean, I like it, but at the same time, you know, there's a first time for everything. I, for one, live and die by my commentator's curses. They're part and parcel of the job, I find. But so you can see that every single time, it always looks like it's, you know, a bit weird, but there you can see there's so much time saved for Twiggle every time on the mount split. His PB obviously had a pretty tricky mount split, so you will see, as long as he goes fairly even with the early, he's going to be really far ahead, as you can see now, 1 minute and 10, which is looking like a low 15 currently. At least just right now, that is the current pace. Best possible time for him, however, is, let me have a look, 1 second, Twiggle's best possible time is, I'm really bad at this, 14:45, so another sub 15. Speaking of sub 15s, we do have the world record holder waiting in the waiting room to come in and have a quick chat with us, which I'm sure you'll have plenty of questions to ask, Twin, so
yeah,
I will bring him in over. So I'd like to welcome to the Break the Record live on air voice chat the world record holder, having extended his world record and broken the record live. DT, how are you doing, my friend? Congratulations. How are you feeling?
Oh, thank you. I was really nervous. Once the telepack showed up, I knew that I was either going to die or get the world record.
It's just 50-50, right? There's no two ways about it. Okay, so one thing I want to talk about, and I know that Twin might have some questions for you, but I think it was brought up by the commentators, Vlad and Colin, and it was that decision when you got to Tidepool, I believe, I'm going to get rid of my telepack now, and you switched to the jetpack. So and everyone was just saying that right there, that was the Galaxy Brain decision. Kind of when you saw that, how quick of a decision was that to go? You know what? Telepack gone.
It was an instant decision. I value safety quite a bit in this game.
Yeah, that's fair. So kind of like, and as well, like the telepack on the key split is so huge. When we saw it in your face, right? It's like, oh crap, the telepack. I have to do this. This is it.
I was like, okay, here we go. I have to take it. So
it's obviously been a bit of a getting your first sub 15, obviously in the lead up to this event. Kind of, you know, it is still quite, you know, a new game, and obviously, you know, how has the progress of this category been for you as a runner? Kind of, how have you seen that run evolve?
Well, at first, when I started running the category, the data management part in the options wasn't actually there. That was added in a later patch. So before, we had to start the run right from the tutorial, which made all of the early resets much more costly, since it added about a minute extra to the run before you even get to 1-1. So since then, I had around a 17-minute PB, and then once the Break the Record event was announced, I actually got the sub 15 relatively quickly. I didn't intend to push for a really strong time before the event, but it just kind of happened, like it does in Spelunky.
Yeah, you just turn on the game one day and the run just happens for you.
That's right.
So the reset shortcut thing was happening. It's like a brand new mechanic then, because I thought it was kind of like new to Spelunky 2, but not like brand new as in like the last couple of months or whatever.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow. That's fair. So kind of as the record holder, you know, you're very, very skilled at the game. Decision making is key. Kind of like what was the one thing that you really found like the most valuable to learn, you know, when picking this category up or just playing this game as a speed run? What was the kind of like the main technique that you really found was like the most important skill?
I think the most important thing is to be good at low percent, the category low percent, just because for most of the run you start out with no items. So if you're good at low percent, then you can handle most of all shortcuts, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
Although you do still need to know how to use the good items, like the telepack and the jetpack, because if they show up, you take it, right?
Yeah, you have to. Speed is the name of the game.
Of course.
Is there any kind of like world in particular that you always found like a bit of a bugbear? Is there a place that scares you when you're doing the run? Like, you know, when you're on that run, for example, when you're on key split, you have to go through the entire dungeon.
Yeah, the key split is always scary, especially since you're carrying the key and you can't use the whip, and the whip is very powerful in this game. So not being able to use the whip means you're a lot more likely to take damage from enemies, especially in the tide pool.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, I guess as like a follow up to that, was there any kind of like, especially when you're going to get into like Neo Babylon, right? And you know you need to kind of like bring that focus in. How did you kind of find yourself like trying to calm yourself when you were, you know, getting as you progress through that run, you know, and you realize that actually this is the one I want to do? How do you find yourself, you know, keeping that composure?
I guess I'm just kind of used to it by now. Before, when I was playing Spelunky HD, I got nervous quite a bit when I knew I was on a good run, but over the years, those nerves just kind of went away. So now, even if I lose a good run in Spelunky 2, I'm not too sad about it as much as I used to be.
Mm-hmm. Run can always happen, I guess.
Yeah, that's right.
We do have some. I do have a couple of a community question. If there are any other questions from the community, I'd be happy to ask them for you. But this is coming from you know, from Ix, so you know where it's coming from when I ask you this. But they wanted me to ask you about your opinion on axolotls. If you wanted to share that in any capacity.
I don't really see them much, to be honest, both as enemies and as using them as a way to speedrun the game. So I don't know, not much to say.
Okay.
Even though it teleports you, like no chance at all it can be used at any point?
It can be used, but you have to double jump before teleporting, which is kind of slow.
Yeah. You talked about decision making. I was wondering, now that you got that 1439, is there any chance you change that decision of dropping the telepack going forward for the event?
In future runs, I probably would keep the telepack because it's obviously much faster.
So your advice for the other runners is to go full ham now and to just ditch anything but teleports, right?
Well, if they don't care about finishing with a second place time and just want to go for the gold, then yes.
That is true. Obviously, world records are never like not beatable, really. There's always something you can do a little bit better, especially in a game like this. But looking over the run, let's talk about that key split for a bit, because it was sub 3 minutes. It was 2:59.
Yeah.
Which is rather rude, I have to say. I couldn't believe it. That's incredible. Is that the first sub 3 key split, or?
Yeah, as you can see, it's a gold split on my end.
Do you know any other runners who have got that, or do you know, or is that kind of like the very, very first, like genuinely no one else has got a sub 3 key?
Not that I'm aware of, because if they did, then they probably would have had a time closer to my world record.
Actually,
I don't
is a
think-
good key, and people are asking for us to put it on the big screen because it's almost the end of the run. And he's on a minus 14-second pace, so that's looking promising.
Yeah, absolutely. We always like green splits. Look at those.
Only
Stunning.
green, perfect. And talking about only green, DT, you were at plus 47 seconds at some point?
That's right. The splits I'm running against had a teleporter on the 10k and the 1 rope split. So that already put me back quite a bit right from the start.
How happy are you that you're not running against those splits anymore? I know
Very
some
happy.
players, yeah.
It's quite demotivating always seeing the red at the start.
Oh, that was a juke.
Yep.
So yeah, this is the
progress,
thing
yeah.
that I've kind of found interesting about speedrunning in general, but I wonder how it affects, or kind of like, you know, how it feels for a game like this, right? So normally when you ask speedrunners if they'd rather go up against a godlike beginning or a godlike end, most people would probably say a godlike beginning, because a godlike ending, because then you can like save a chunk of time at the start and then try and hold on to that lead rather than
kinda like
try and keep
buffering
up
the
with the
lead.
start. Yeah. Do you find yourself craving those bad starts and not if you get like a good start, you're like, please don't let this PB because I'm gonna have to go up against something monstrous?
No, not necessarily.
Fair.
A good run is a good run.
It's a good way of
That's a
looking
good
at it.
answer. Yeah. Especially in Spelunky, I feel that splits don't mean as much as like an NES game where like you can be minus 0.1 second on every single split. Like you know you're going to lose time, aren't you?
Yeah, that's right. If you get a teleporter on a split in your PB, then you know you're not going to beat that unless you get a teleporter yourself.
So teleporters, they keep coming back. Like we saw them quite heavily during the event so far, and you used the telepack in your world record now. Do you lag the changes they've made, like from Spelunky 1 to Spelunky 2?
I think the teleporter mostly feels the same. I
Yeah.
like the variety though with the telepack, since it's obviously quite different from having just the held item teleporter.
And that makes them appear that much more frequently, right?
Yeah, that too.
So the chances. I feel like I think they changed the way the teleporter corrects your position if you were to teleport into a wall. That makes them a little bit safer. I feel like you have a bigger margin of error when teleporting. But still, using them can be quite finicky, and it's really easy to kill yourself with them.
Yeah, that's right.
But they're so like valuable. Do you think you can beat your time without a teleporter at that point, like a 1439, or are they mandatory now?
I think it's still beatable without a teleporter. Because, as you saw, I switched off of it halfway through the key split as well.
Oh no!
Yep. Yeah, there was a death in 6-3 for Hectique. So gonna try and finish it up again. See if they can just like make the best of a bad situation here.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to take that third place. Grump is hitting at a 1646, but before that death, it was looking like very good.
I think I wanted to ask as well, because we have a very unique setup here with this particular Break the Record Live, and that's obviously got an event today and an event tomorrow, and I believe you're taking part in tomorrow's event as well with Cosmic Ocean.
That's right.
So do you feel? I guess it's a weird question. Do you feel your work here is done, and you're going to try and like keep playing the game just to stay warm, but obviously like keep aware of other techniques for Cosmic Ocean as well, or?
I will still be trying to beat this time later,
Of course, yeah.
since we still have time.
Make the most of it all. Is there like an end goal time that you kind of feel you want to get this down to, sub 14, or?
I'm not sure. It's hard to say.
It's so early in Spelunky 2 life. Like, it's been only speedrun for a couple of months, and like Spelunky 1 has been improved quite a bit. Do you think it's going to be improved as much, or are you so experienced that you cannot like get those times that much lower?
I think the times, most world records in general, are pretty improvable.
Yeah.
We just need somebody to actually grind for better times. And so far, I'm the one who's doing that, but in the future, I think other people will start to do so as well.
I think it just needs a little bit of motivation and that drive to see if they can beat what's already been done, isn't it? So
That's right.
speaking of that, actually, I guess a final kind of question, so we don't kind of keep you too long and you can get back to the grind. Obviously, we've got 7 talented runners here, including yourself. Is there a particular runner that you're, most kind of like aware, or you feel it can be the one to break that? Obviously, you can't count anyone out at all because it's Spelunky 2, but is there a particular runner that you kind of feel can do that today?
Well, we've obviously seen Krill put out a really fast time already, but apart from that, I think Hectic is probably the one I'm most scared of, I guess, because he plays really fast. He plays in a way where it's like he's either going to finish a really good run or he's not going to finish the run at all. So that's what I'm most scared of.
Yeah, just if that run gets through, suddenly everything's gone. Yeah. Oh, fair. It's one of those things, and anything can happen, as they say. So, but yeah, with that, I mean, we've got it's about 20 past 7 now. So, about 4 or 5 hours left for you. So we don't want to keep you any longer. But we do want to thank you for joining us and having a chat about the run and about the event and the game. Congratulations again! You have broken the record live, and if things stand, it's looking like a hefty prize for doing so as well. So thank you, and best of luck with the rest of your runs.
Yeah, best of luck for the next runs, as Groomp is on a PB pace, even PB pace, but the key split is not doing so great for them. Like they've been having hard bosses. Holmec, the bomb management situation was a little bit tough, but the key is now given to Mama Tunnel, and we are trying to head away as fast as possible to Tiamat. The ice caves can be way easier with a jetpack or anything that prevents you from dying from fall damage, but thankfully the runners know exactly that little nifty setup to fall and not enter the entrance to the Yeti cave that can be quite deadly. So now we have a single mine that we're going to try to use to trigger the traps, and the 6th world is very, very difficult. We've seen a lot of runners die there so far, and we're going to have to be very careful as Groomp is has 50 seconds left to kill Tiamat and still be ahead of PB.
Yeah, only on 6-2 as well, so he needs to get down here very, very quickly if possible.
Save the cat.
Percy is king. Okay, tricky.
The compass helps quite a bit in Spelunky, as it's all about decision making. Anything that helps your decision making process helps tremendously. Sadly, that's going to be a shotgun. Well taken. I was a little bit afraid that the God was not going to die from that bomb, but alright, just trying to manage the trap situation, and sadly the timer is quite running out. We don't have any enough bombs to kill Tiamat with bombs, so shotguns has going to be enough. and it takes quite a little bit of time, so the split is going to be red, but still, it's hard to complete a run in less than 17 minutes, as Grump has done here, but...
So Grump just equaled his event time, 16:46, and got a 16:46. So
exactly,
that is another great run, just shy of PB, but getting these runs in and getting to the end fairly consistently. So good stuff from Grump. Took a little bit of time to kind of get into it, but you know, now just cracking them out left, right, and center. So really good stuff there.
So that's a no jetpack, no teleporter run as well, I think. I've not spotted any, but we were talking with DT at the same time. So we can switch to a back. That's with the key, very intense split. It's going to be a little bit tricky to stay alive here because like the situation is looking a little bit dire, but those guys, those runners are magicians at staying alive in a game that tries so hard to kill you.
Indeed. We will see how this ends up for back. Yeah, it took a bit of a break and back now. Wait, there it is. So, yeah, it would be nice to spend a little bit of time with them and see what he can pull out. Hectic going through jungle. Let's go jungle! Woo! Yeah, that key split is slowly ticking away for back, sadly. Really good start out down to hired hand, but yeah, the red is going.
Yeah, we're on 4-4, so it still has a little bit of time to go to Tiamat. We still may find like a very good teleporter on the final world and save a bunch of time, but 32 seconds to go from the key to Tiamat is nearly impossible, it feels like, but...
Although an event PB is possible, so Back's event PB is an 1848, I believe. So yeah, 1848, with Blue Cadet having an 1819. So if this pace is maintained, this is looking like a low 17. So still looking to push up the leaderboard, get a little bit more prize money as well.
Yeah, that could be fourth place if he beat Hectic, sitting at a 1720. Each places and at the end of the leaderboard is worth $50, so that's not too shabby. And it's just needs to go a little bit faster, but they're clearly doing their best to avoid those traps. World 6 is quite deadly. You have to be aware of everything that's happening, and no compass here. 2 HP. HP is not that relevant in Spelunky when you're trying to go fast, because everything, or pretty much everything, kills you in one hit, so you have a bunch of leeway actually with the 4 HP you start with. 2 bomb remain, so we're going to have to kill that guy to grab his shotgun. Very well done. A little hole to keep on going. Sadly, it's not going to be the right way, and they drop the shotgun. I'm not sure they realize. So up and they wait him. Back we go.
Yeah, that's a sad time loss. Oh, hello. An unfortunate time loss here.
That laser is really screwing with them.
Yeah. So it's slowly ticking away. Oh, okay. We'll get down to Tiamat and probably will complete this run, but I mean, still possible to get a faster event time. No bombs here, so it's going to have to be a...
That's a dangerous skill. Like the projectiles are going to hunt you down. If you do the kill net with Justin on group screen, you can destroy the block and be further away and very safe. So that's actually quite dangerous. But Tiamat's dead, and that's barely an event PB, saving 1 second, but sadly still staying on that 7th place. Blue Cadet is sitting at 1819, so we can probably switch to them actually. They're 50 seconds behind PB on pace, trying to bring back the weapon they have in hand.
As well as that, we are hitting the half-hour mark, so it is time to take another quick break there. But when we come back, we will be able to see how Blue Cadet's run will be looking after that. for anyone curious and worried, we all of our runners are locally recording, so all of these runs are being preserved. Do not worry. So yeah, we'll be taking about a 3-minute break, and when we come back, Twin and I will take you through a little bit more Spelunky action. But yeah, we have had a record broken, and that is the story of the day, I feel, with a few PBs coming out from some of our runners. Great paces across the board. We'll see what can happen in a few minutes. Once again, I want to thank our sponsors, Kaspersky and Mossranking for the event, and as well Elite ViewSonic Elite. My word, I keep doing this. I'm so sorry. I'm terrible. But yeah, we'll be back momentarily with more Spelunky 2. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, lovely people. It is Break the Record Live, number 5 with Spelunky 2. And if you've just joined us, where have you been the whole time? Because we just had the world record broken by our current, well, still current, and previous world record holder, DT, securing a 13-second PB and brand new world record here, making that 5 for 5. 5 Break the Record live events and 5 broken world records. So it's an exciting, day one, and we've still got 2 more days of Spelunky action to go. We're currently running the All Shortcuts and Tiamat category for day 1. We're going to be having a different event for Saturday and Sunday, but which puts even more pressure on our runners today to pull out fantastic runs. We've got another 5 hours to go, roughly, before we are going to be locking our runners out from their first day of runs. We have a $3,000 prize pool as well available for our 7 runners here who have been invited to play. Thanks again to our sponsors, Kaspersky and Mossranking, for supporting the event, as well as ViewSonic Elite. This wouldn't be possible without them, so thank you very much indeed. A reset has happened for Blue Cadet 3 though, but to talk to you about this brand new run being started, I'm Bowie, and I'm joined by Twin, who will take you through Spelunky 2.
Yeah, people are asking for what's the schedule. Well, we're trying to rebeat the world record here for the All Shortcuts plus Tiamat. So, Blue Cadet just started a run. Perfect time to explain what's going on. You see on the left side on the screen, there's splits. It divides their run in 10 items, 10 things to do. The first one is to bring to Mama Turtle $2,000. So just grab a quick bits of golds here and there, and you should be good. You don't really have to stop for that one. Then we'll try to bring a bomb, then 10k, then a rope, then a weapon, then a mount, then 50k, and then things start to go south pretty quickly with the hide help and the golden key. Those 2 splits are pretty difficult, and that's where we saw Blue Cadets reset just at the start of the segment. So now we're done here in the first minute of the run, and losing a little bit of time, as indicated, the color red, which is not good. In speedruns, you want to see green, so try to keep an eye on that. But sometimes green can be deceiving. For example, on DT screen, we're going to see a lot of green because their PB, which is the world record as well, lost a bunch of time at the start. So we're going to focus on the later part of their run. But for now, Blue Cadet is going to try to save as much time as possible, trying to bring back the bomb. You start with 4 bombs, so it's not a problem at all to collect the resources. Resource management is very important. You see them use quite a bit of the resources, bombs and ropes to traverse the levels as fast as possible. And that's something to keep in mind. You'll see the runners reset in between each objective completed, because you cannot chain the objective together. You have to do them in a certain order. So you have to go back at the start of the dwelling in order to do the 10k as he's doing right now. But thankfully, Spelunky 2 is quite lovely, handcrafted with love for speedrunners, so it's pretty quick to reset and start a new segment. So it's a really well made with all that in mind, and it's a pretty fun experience to watch, especially when we have 7 screens at once trying to break the record.
So talking about that as well, you know that obviously you can reset shortcuts via a menu here, so you don't have to delete your save. Earlier, I noticed that Hectique was actually in jungle, which is a place that none of our runners have actually willingly gone to. But Hectique actually accidentally deleted his save, so the reason he was in jungle earlier was to re-unlock his character of choice. So yeah, was playing Anna for a little bit, but now has I believe Liz is that character's name, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. So yeah, that was why he was in jungle. That otherwise you're not going to see jungle. I'm sorry. Please prepare your crying face emojis now, if you're a big jungle fan. But yeah, looking around, we got back has reset once again. Buck's an interesting runner because it currently is 7th place on the leaderboard, but he's always going into that mid game really well ahead and having unfortunate moments here and there that kind of cost them. So I think there's a lot of potential there for Buck's runs. And we will be seeing green for the current record holder because he was plus 47 halfway through the run due to elements of that run going in his favor. So minus 27, but of course with that very strong end game, that's not over just yet. So we're not going to count our chickens too early when it comes to DT's runs until he's kind of in that final kind of area and going for it. Twiggle currently minus 41, as we've seen really strong times after that mount split, which is very PB split for Twiggle's mount split is not the best. So time save coming there.
Yeah, let's switch to them because I want to watch more higher hand action. Like it's one of the segment that threw off a lot of new players to Spelunky 2 because it's so hard to manipulate them. They're completely crazy. They are going to kill you if you're not careful with them. So you have to manipulate their behavior and be super careful with the spikes and all the traps that will kill them actually if you're not very careful. So it's all about grabbing them at the start of making them inactive and then trying to complete the level as fast as possible before they wake up. And it's not an easy thing to do, and you have to be very careful. It's one of those places where the run can stop, can end. So, but obviously the big one is the golden key because you have to go back to the start of the game to the dwellings where the golden key always is, and you have to bring that back to Mammoth Turtle at the end of the fourth world. I call her Mammoth Turtle. I'm sorry, it's because I've watched so much Super Metroid recently. Mammoth Tunnel, obviously. And Twiggle making good progress, trying to be careful with their bombs, but they don't have any anymore, so opening the door manually and resetting here to the dwelling, trying to find the key as fast as possible and then trying to be as fully loaded and equipped as possible to go and kill Tiamat very quickly. So we talked with DT about their 2 minutes 59 seconds split on the golden key, which is one of the fastest ever recorded. And obviously Twiggle is going to try to go as fast as possible, trying to match that. But for that you have to find I feel like you have to find a jetpack, or at least a jetpack or a telepack. The teleporter helps quite a bit to go fast, obviously.
It is, yeah, true indeed. The interesting thing about this, though, is that Twiggle's key split is that good. It's a 303, so it's pretty much on par with that. So I believe Twiggle did have a telepack split, or a run of that quality going down. So again, as far ahead as he might be at this point of the game.
Ooh, no.
That can happen.
Yeah, they could keep on going with that run because their event PB is only 17:23, so technically they're like a minute and a half ahead. So now they're on par with what they've done. So a good split, and it's still possible. But obviously, I think we're going to see them scan the next shop quite intensely and hoping to find teleporter, jetpack, telepack, something along those lines. But nope, no such luck. Very quickly decided not to go there. The key is on that level though, so we have to be very careful for that, trying not to leave it behind. Because if you forget the key or not find it, there it is. There's no like second golden key. This is your only chance. We might see a second world record tonight, but no second golden key in a run.
Mm-hmm.
Be careful with those traps.
He's getting through 1-4 fairly fast, but not the with not the most solid like arsenal just yet. I think that's kind of the interesting thing about this, because you have to go through the whole thing now. It's there is a little bit more opportunity to kind of build up an arsenal to get you down and get you the whole way down, and then kind of get through from there. That is an okay, good. Had to spend a resource because of that, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Scanning the level when making snap decision and judgment calls is very important. Sadly, sometimes they don't work out for you, so it's a lot of 50-50 chance left or right, and there is not that many like clear instances where you know you have to go one way or another. The Kali altar, for example, sometimes it's like in the intended route, whereas in Spelunky 1 you knew that there was no way you had to go through there. So it can be very deceiving and tough to follow, but nice calls by Twiddle there, and a very good like reaction. You know you're going to make mistakes in your route decision making, and you have to react to those and know exactly how to adapt, quickly use ropes and bombs, and not get like disturbed or saddened by your mistakes, and know how to like perform the platforming required to recorder. So very well done. Olmec is going to crush the floor very easy. It doesn't spawn minions or anything there, so it's an okay fight if you know how to stand and not be crushed.
Tidepool now with a rock dog in hand.
I hate that creature. It killed me so much in the game. It's very hard to see them play with it as an ally. It's very useful though, because the creatures, the mounts, give you a double jump that allows you to cancel the fall damage and like just have better movement. So it's pretty useful. We don't see them use the oh, they go. There he goes. Okay. So it's going to take a hit instead of like you, and you don't get stunned. So it's a very cool play to them use the mount so effectively. We are a minute behind a PB, but we still can get an event PB here. All right, here we go. We just have to kill Tiamat. And we have about a minute and a half to do so. Resetting to get more resources is a safe play. Sadly, it costs a little bit of time, but the math was made, and I thought that was worth the investment. Having a lot of resources is important. Nice save here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the event PB is slowly taken away from Twiggle. I think it's a little bit past the point now. It's just 1 minute flat to get all the way through. Got to have some kind of like next level Babylon here, but again, it's just, I think sometimes it's just about having hands-on time with this final dungeon, because it is tricky, and even though the runners are very experienced, it can still just catch them off guard every now and then. There's a lot of stuff to deal with, and we've been mentioning the entire time that this is a more reactive approach to speedrunning, and it's more of a knowledge game than anything else. Runners are looking to find tells for either approaches to screens, or looking for traps that they can get around, or just trying to find their way through the place as a whole. So just trying to just keep that knowledge up to scratch and make sure that the decisions they're making are right might save them in the future when they have a run that is on pace.
Yeah, in that sense, it's very much like the other speedruns. You have to stay practiced in the later phases of the run. It's really easy to get tunnel vision in a speedrun and just like stay practiced on the early game, because you keep on resetting and you never see the end boss. Like any game, any speedrunner will tell you that has happened to them. So seeing them still, seeing Twiggle still go, even if that pace is behind what they want to achieve here. It's very nice. They will practice. They will stay there. They will kill that enemy. Ooh, try. The setup is not perfect because the elevator goes all the way down. So they were going to kill that one, grab the shotgun, and be on their way.
Yeah. Looks like this is finished this one off nice and quick. We'll go for their triple rope. So they've got plenty of space to work with here. And from afar, just hit Tiamat. So I know that each individual bullet from the spray deals damage. How much damage does each individual pellet do? 1820.
I think it's 4 per pellet, and a bomb deals 10 damage, and Tiamat has 40 HP, so that's 10 pellets hitting. If I'm not mistaken, like my math can be a little bit off due to how damage and HP works exactly in the game, but that makes the bombs slightly faster, I think. But the shotgun is just like the very safe way, and DT told us that safe is very, very important in Spelunky 2. In order to finish your runs, you have to know and be confident that you can finish your runs. So, like, investing 5-10 seconds into that is very important.
I was just about to jump over to back, but he just had to lose a run. Really good pace there, but didn't have a hired hand to take further, and therefore the run just got lost immediately. With that in mind, though, I think it might be a good time to jump over back to Hectique, who is looking pretty solid, it seems. Made their way past World 1 and doing the one rope. So,
once again, splits can be deceiving, but we know that Hectic has what it takes to grab that first place. Currently sitting on 4th place with a event PB of 1720. That's I think the sweet spot you want to hit is probably 2nd or 3rd place. Like it seems feasible, and it's still worth quite a bit. A nice cash prize in the event. So you want to try to aim to go as fast as possible, even if you're not going to break the record as intended. But we are going to start on the second part of the run, which is not the hardest, but it's probably where it can go south the most, like quickly, because if you lose any second here, you're going to reset. There is no margin for error. You keep that for the golden key split. Obviously, you want to be sure that you don't lose time here. If you do, you're just like foreboding a bad run in the end. So going very, very quickly, the lava can like one-shot you, so obviously Volcano killed a lot of players and a lot of speedruns. And the nice thing is that we have a guaranteed weapon on the way to Mama Tunnels, so that's pretty cool to know how to deal with the shopkeeper on that drops the crossbow is pretty easy to kill as well. So all is good if you know how to do it. Nothing is very, very easy in Spelunky 2. So when I say like it's easy or doable, just like the runners have practiced enough to make it seem look easy.
Yeah. Man. Okay. So interesting to note as well when it comes to Hectique. We were having a chat again with T after his record, and was saying that Hectique was one of those runners that just is like a dangerous runner. You're going to see something quite special here, and or may or may not, but always has one of those pretty like heavy potential type runs. So very getting the world record holders blessing that it could happen today. 1720 is the kind of the PB that Hectique has, but the best possible time currently that is available for him right now is, blimey, let me have a look here. Adding a low 15 currently, so this is about 6 minutes into the run as well, 7 minutes into the run, so a bunch of time has already ticked away from the goals. So that's looking really scary, and could definitely move up some places on the leaderboard, because about 35 seconds ahead of Hectic on the leaderboard, is third place with Groomp 16:46, and then another minute ahead of that is Krill with the 15:47. So that potential is second place at least. Good jump through with the turkey. Good thing about the mount with the turkey mount is, first off, the attack animation is absolutely amazing. Please use the physical attack. It's just really, really funny. But yeah, you do get like double jumps and also like a glide, like a slow descent fall kind of thing. So kind of useful.
Yeah, similar to the
cape.
It's the flutter is pretty useful. Like a cape, it prevents you from taking fall damage that can be devastating. I'm happy to see Hectic get past the mount split, because it's one of their most reset heavy places. If we don't count like the very start, where obviously if you do anything on the first or second split, you're going to reset. But the mount, it's pretty finicky. It's easy to drop into the lava or just let go on just plainly not fine. So it's one of those places where you have to rely on a little bit of luck. Obviously, Spelunky is a lot about luck management and trying to know how to approach a lot of situation. But the mount you cannot like make happen. If it's not there, it's not there. If it dies on you, or if it's hard to find or to tame, it's going to cost you a lot of time, and you will have to reset. So now onto the fourth world, we have to get 50k, which seems like a lot of cash, but actually, in Spelunky 2, there are a lot of ways to grab some. So Hectic already at 50k, or barely, my bad, at 50k, but makes it work nicely. Not needing too much on 4-4. Now we have to grab that higher help.
Yeah, Hectic went out of the way to kind of grab like a lot of like just freestanding gold. I mean, if you get somewhat lucky, you'll find a gold idol on a clan which is worth 20k in that place. If you are kind of like very, very far behind in terms of money, you can always hopefully find one of those to get a nice chunk of that. But not always. I mean, it was there on the left hand side just now, but a little bit too late. And we've talked a lot about how this particular split is a very interesting one because of how much you have to be fast enough to not have this guy throw himself at anything dangerous. So I do like this, that sometimes runners adapt by throwing their hide help at someone and it taking damage. No, by grabbing it and just kind of running at him, her, yeah, whatever. Terry, Steve. And then, he's safe.
Ooh, yeah, okay, we're good. So Twiggle just got 1629. Actually, we're focused on Hectic, but they managed to squeeze in a nice run there on the end screen here, and everything happened quickly for them, apparently. 1630, 1629, and I'm not sure what their split says, but that's going to put them on the third place, and now Hectic has to fight back.
I don't think the leaderboard hasn't updated that. That leaderboard would update immediately, so I think they just reset their splits. That's their PB. So I don't think they actually finished that run. I think they just got to the end of the game and then just took a break because they're off. Yeah.
Chat seems excited. I'm not sure what happened.
Twig did get a 1629. I didn't.
Yep.
I guess he didn't save his splits then.
I don't know.
The leaderboard hasn't updated, and it says 1630 on those splits right there, so I'm not quite sure what happened.
Yep. But chat is never wrong, so we'll look into that. Anyway, Hectic run is very, very, very good so far. The pace is pretty intense, because if they get they have about a minute and a half to save on that key split. So if DT is reliable, Hectic is one of the most fearsome and fearless actually runners. Just a tiny split here after they found the key, so that's heartbreaking, but that's just about 20 seconds invested in that run. So quick reset and keep on going.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and I think what we'll see is because of the fact that this is 12 minutes in for Hectique, we'll see the end of Hectique's run before we take our next break. We're coming up to the top of the hour, so we're going to be having a host switch soon. I believe IX will be joining after the next break. But we'll have to see what happens here. But I just want to watch the end of this run because it's yeah. I think the next break would skip the rest of it. We want to kind of see how this goes for him. But yeah, the key split is going to be the big one that everyone will talk about because it's the longest single split in the game. And yeah, and again, we mentioned it a lot, but taking away the whip as kind of your most consistent weapon, let's say, yeah, it means it's a lot harder to kind of get around if there are segments where you can't attack.
Yeah, and it's not just a weapon, it's like a utility item. You use it to get like faster movement. You use it just to clear everything in your way. It pushes, it knocks around the enemies. It's just like, it's like the ultimate tool in Spelunky. So it's, I think the intent, like for the in game design sense, it's that it has to teach you to use items to clear the traps and like be proactive with your environment. But obviously those guys, those runners, know exactly how to do that. So it's just like a way to prevent you, like to prevent you from using that whip and be a little, I don't know, disconcerted. It's hard to get around, like remembering that you have that key and not throwing away, like in a lava pit, for example. That would be devastating. But please don't be a commentator curse. Here we go. Perfect. No!
Yep. The face says it all. Yeah, there we go. Error made. Okay. That's the end of that run there. And well played for that bit there, Hectique, but the key did go into the lava. Did you mention earlier that you haven't ever commentated as cursed? Because
I'm not sure that counts.
Oh, come on. It being a possibility, it happened. I know you're precious about this, but if it happens, mate, it happens. Right then, it is the top of the hour, so I'm going to we're going to cut to our next break. When we come back, we're going to be having a swap of hosts. You'll be joined by Ix upon return. Twin will be staying as a caster, and we'll be having Carly Brown come back as our other community caster to join them all. So thank you very much for watching thus far. Cheers to our sponsors, Twitch, Kaspersky, ViewSonic Elite, and of course the developers, Mossranking. We will be back in 3 minutes for as we reach the evening portion of Break the Record Live 5 featuring Spelunky 2. We'll see you very, very shortly.